steer clear of that guy.
I was pretty much chip leader from like 3 tables down. I had like, by the time we made the final table, I had like half the chips in play.
I'm sitting with probably 60 or 70 bigs. So, I mean, I'm not in bad shape either. I'm really good shape. All my friends are calling me in the morning like, just chill. You don't have to do anything, just chill. That's not how I play.
All right, Sam, so you just went all in blind and wake up with a magic hand. How do you do it?
I'm honestly the best player in the world.
I believe I ended up knocking Sam out like 7th or 8th.
That is not how I play. I've done a lot of work with traveling vloggers and you know, poker star celebrity types. But what we're putting together here,
Kind of switched this place over a little bit from a PLO exclusive card house to a no limit card room too. Where am I? Oh, that's such an existential question. We're here in Austin, Texas at Palm Social Card Club. This came to be through a relationship that I kind of accidentally developed with Sam back in 2017. We actually both went super deep in the little one for one drop.
I played with him late, closing down the day. Day 3, there were 3 tables left, and we played down to 2 tables. And for like the last hour and a half, I got moved to his table. No idea who he is. And I'm talking to some friends of mine who are sweating my action, and they're just like, hey, steer clear of that guy.
I was pretty much chip leader from like 3 tables down. I had like, by the time we made the final table, I had like half the chips in play.
I'm sitting with probably 60 or 70 bigs. So, I mean, I'm not in bad shape either. I'm really good shape. All my friends are calling me in the morning like, just chill. You don't have to do anything, just chill. That's not how I play.
All right, Sam, so you just went all in blind and wake up with a magic hand. How do you do it?
I'm honestly the best player in the world.
I believe I ended up knocking Sam out like 7th or 8th.
That is not how I play. I've done a lot of work with traveling vloggers and you know, poker star celebrity types. But what we're putting together here,
Kind of switched this place over a little bit from a PLO exclusive card house to a no limit card room too. Where am I? Oh, that's such an existential question. We're here in Austin, Texas at Palm Social Card Club. This came to be through a relationship that I kind of accidentally developed with Sam back in 2017. We actually both went super deep in the little one for one drop.
I played with him late, closing down the day.
existential question. We're here in Austin, Texas at Palm Social Card Club. This came to be through a relationship that I kind of accidentally developed with Sam back in 2017. We actually both went super deep in the little one for one drop.
I played with him late, closing down the day. Day 3, there were 3 tables left, and we played down to 2 tables. And for like the last hour and a half, I got moved to his table. No idea who he is. And I'm talking to some friends of mine who are sweating my action, and they're just like, hey, steer clear of that guy.
I was pretty much chip leader from like 3 tables down. I had like, by the time we made the final table, I had like half the chips in play.
I'm sitting with probably 60 or 70 bigs. I mean, I'm not in bad shape either. I'm really good shape. All my friends are calling me in the morning that like, just chill. You don't have to do anything, just chill. That's not how I play.
All right, Sam, so you just went all in blind and wake up with a magic hand. How do you do it?
I'm honestly the best player in the world.
I believe I ended up knocking Sam out like 7th or 8th.
That is not how I play. I've done a lot of work with traveling vloggers and you know, poker star celebrity types. But what we're putting together here,
Kind of switched this place over a little bit from a PLO exclusive card house to a no limit card room too. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, that's such an existential question. We're here in Austin, Texas at Palm Social Card Club. This came to be through a relationship that I kind of accidentally developed with Sam back in 2017. We actually both went super deep in the little one for one drop.
I played with him late, closing down the day. Day 3, there were 3 tables left, and we played down to 2 tables. And for like the last hour and a half, I got moved to his table. No idea who he is. And I'm talking to some friends of mine who are sweating my action, and they're just like, hey, steer clear of that guy.
I was pretty much chip leader from like 3 tables down. I had like, by the time we made the final table, I had like half the chips in play.
I'm sitting with probably 60 or 70 bigs. I mean, I'm not in bad shape either. I'm really good shape. All my friends are calling me in the morning that like, just chill. You don't have to do anything, just chill. That's not how I play.
All right, Sam, so you just went all in blind and wake up with a magic hand. How do you do it?
I'm honestly the best player in the world.
Wait, what?
I believe I ended up knocking Sam out like 7th or 8th.
That is not how I play. I've done a lot of work with traveling vloggers and poker star celebrity types. But what we're putting together here,
Kind of switched this place over a little bit from a PLO exclusive card house to a no limit card room too. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, that's such an existential question. We're here in Austin, Texas at Palm Social Card Club. This came to be through a relationship that I kind of accidentally developed with Sam back in 2017. No. We actually both went super deep in the little one for one drop.
I played with him late closing down the day 3. There were 3 tables left and we played down to 2 tables, and for like the last hour and a half I got moved to his table. No idea who he is. And I'm talking to some friends of mine who are sweating my action, and they're just like, hey, steer clear of that guy.
I was pretty much chip leader from like 3 tables down. I had like, by the time we made the final table, I had like half the chips in play.
I'm sitting with probably 60 or 70 bigs. So I mean, I'm not in bad shape either. I'm really good shape. All my friends are calling me in the morning that like, just chill. You don't have to do anything, just chill. That's not how I play.
All right, Sam, so you just went all in blind and wake up with a magic hand. How do you do it?
I'm honestly the best player in the world.
Wait, what?
I believe I ended up knocking Sam out like 7th or 8th.
That is not how I play. I've done a lot of work with traveling vloggers and poker star celebrity types. But what we're putting together here,
Kind of switched this place over a little bit from a PLO exclusive card house to a no limit. Where am I? Oh, that's such an existential question. We're here in Austin, Texas at Palm Social Card Club. This came to be through a relationship that I kind of accidentally developed with Sam back in 2017. No. We actually both went super deep in the little one for one drop.
I played with him late closing down the day 3. There were 3 tables left and we played down to 2 tables, and for like the last hour and a half I got moved to his table. No idea who he is. And I'm talking to some friends of mine who are sweating my action, and they're just like, hey, steer clear of that guy.
I was pretty much chip leader from like 3 tables down. I had like, by the time we made the final table, I had like half the chips in play.
I'm sitting with probably 60 or 70 bigs. So, I mean, I'm not in bad shape either. I'm really good shape. All my friends are calling me in the morning that, like, just chill. You don't have to do anything, just chill. That's not how I play.
All right, Sam, so you just went all in blind and wake up with a magic hand. How do you do it?
I'm honestly the best player in the world.
Wait, what?
I believe I ended up knocking Sam out like 7th or 8th.
That is not how I play.
It's such an existential question. We're here in Austin, Texas at Palm Social Card Club. This came to be through a relationship that I kind of accidentally developed with Sam back in 2017. We actually both went super deep in the little one for one drop.
I played with him late, closing down the day. Day 3, there were 3 tables left, and we played down to 2 tables. And for like the last hour and a half, I got moved to his table. No idea who he is. And I'm talking to some friends of mine who are sweating my action, and they're just like, hey, steer clear of that guy.
I was pretty much chip leader from like 3 tables down. I had like, by the time we made the final table, I had like half the chips in play.
I'm sitting with probably 60 or 70 bigs. So, I mean, I'm not in bad shape either. I'm really good shape. All my friends are calling me in the morning that, like, just chill. You don't have to do anything, just chill. That's not how I play.
All right, Sam, so you just went all in blind and wake up with a magic hand. How do you do it?
I'm honestly the best player in the world.
Wait, what?
I believe I ended up knocking Sam out like 7th or 8th.
That is not how I play.
Where am I? Oh, that's such an existential question. We're here in Austin, Texas at Palm Social Card Club. This came to be through a relationship that I kind of accidentally developed with Sam back in 2017. We actually both went super deep in the little one for one drop.
I played with him late, closing down the day. Day 3, there were 3 tables left, and we played down to 2 tables. And for like the last hour and a half, I got moved to his table. No idea who he is. And I'm talking to some friends of mine who are sweating my action, and they're just like, hey, steer clear of that guy.
I was pretty much chip leader from like 3 tables down. I had like, by the time we made the final table, I had like half the chips in play.
I'm sitting with probably 60 or 70 bigs, so I mean, I'm not in bad shape.
Where am I? Oh, that's such an existential question. We're here in Austin, Texas at Palm Social Card Club. This came to be through a relationship that I kind of accidentally developed with Sam back in 2017. We actually both went super deep in the little one for one drop.
I played with him late, closing down the day. Day 3, there were 3 tables left, and we played down to 2 tables. And for like the last hour and a half, I got moved to his table. No idea who he is. And I'm talking to some friends of mine who are sweating my action, and they're just like, hey, steer clear of that guy.
I was pretty much chip leader from like 3 tables down. I had like, by the time we made the final table, I had like half the chips in play.
I'm sitting with probably 60 or 70 bigs, so I mean, I'm not in bad shape either. I'm really good shape. All my friends are calling me in the morning, they're like, just chill. You don't have to do anything, just chill. That's not how I play.
All right, Sam, so you just went all in blind and wake up with a magic hand. How do you do it?
I'm honestly the best player in the world.
I believe I ended up knocking Sam out like 7th or 8th.
That is not how I play. I've done a lot of work with traveling vloggers and you know, poker star celebrity types. But what we're putting together here,
Kind of switched this place over a little bit from a PLO exclusive card house to a no limit card room too. Where am I? Oh, that's such an existential question. We're here in Austin, Texas at Palm Social Card Club. This came to be through a relationship that I kind of accidentally developed with Sam back in 2017. We actually both went super deep in the little one for one drop.
I played with him late, closing down the day. Day 3, there were 3 tables left, and we played down to 2 tables. And for like the last hour and a half, I got moved to his table. No idea who he is. And I'm talking to some friends of mine who are sweating my action, and they're just like, hey, steer clear of that guy.
I was pretty much chip leader from like 3 tables down. I had like, by the time we made the final table, I had like half the chips in play.
I'm sitting with probably 60 or 70 bigs, so I mean, I'm not in bad shape either. I'm really good shape. All my friends are calling me in the morning, they're like, just chill. You don't have to do anything, just chill. That's not how I play.
All right, Sam, so you just went all in blind and wake up with a magic hand. How do you do it?
I'm honestly the best player in the world.
I believe I ended up knocking Sam out like 7th or 8th.
That is not how I play. I've done a lot of work with traveling vloggers and you know, poker star celebrity types. But what we're putting together here,
Kind of switched this place over a little bit from a PLO exclusive card house to a no limit card room too. Where am I? Oh, That's such an existential question. We're here in Austin, Texas at Palm Social Card Club. This came to be through a relationship that I kind of accidentally developed with Sam back in 2017.
So we're going 5-5 Pot Limit Omaha. All of y'all played on streams before, so this will be real quick. You've got 2 board readers in front of you. It will read all 4 cards. Please don't snap all 4 on top. Fan out all 4 process square in front of you. It takes about a second to a second and a half, and then the cards will read, and then you can pick them up and do them with what you please. Note that they didn't have an RFID chip in it. Don't put a hard crease or hard bend in them. If there's an RFID chip, they will break. We'll have to replace decks, and it loses a lot of time. So be a little bit delicate with these cards. Also, gameplay on the stream table plays a little bit slower. We're going to announce y'all's action because we're going to coordinate the cameras moving with whose turn it is to act. So even if you're ready to act and you're well folded, you might hear the dealer on the action a second or 2 behind. Go ahead and take an extra second because we're going to take it for you. I've got 3 cocktails and waters and cups, whatever you need. Like some tips. You're more than welcome to drink. Please just use the cup. Also, for Shannon, Trey, and Tad, the cameras behind you can pick up the content on your phone screens, so just don't look at anything you wouldn't want our viewers to see with you.
Slipped a little too far. Let's get that up, player. This is a family episode.
No, not today.
Family episode.
Hide your kids.
Ladies, be aware. It is good to have him, though. I like him. You know, I've actually followed him. I've watched a lot of his videos that he's done. He's had
Fireman Scott.
Yeah, he's had some big scores. You know, playing PLO, it's his brand. He's a Houston guy, so.
Yeah, I kind of tailed off watching the vloggers, but I've heard a lot of good things about Fireman Scott.
Start us off, hand 1. I think we're actually just playing. Looks like there's the live 20 on.
It's 5, 5, 10, 20, it's like.
I think it's just. I think it was a 2-5 game, but if it's 5-10, then we got the live 20. Tyler's gonna get in there with meager holdings.
The premiums, the premiums.
Premiums only. Would you play On's hand?
I think I'd play On's hand for sure.
Yeah.
On raising it up here.
5 cards above a 9. The ace is not suited, but I would play it as well.
On's played a lot worse for more than 80.
Yeah, well, Tom the Bomb feels like 70 is the right number with Jack 8 deuce deuce.
Yeah,
Double suited.
Double suited ducks.
Double suited ducks, man. Like I always say, get that set of deuces.
Max has joined us on the stream too. Nice, good to see
He's a
Max.
local legend, PLO.
Max is definitely a local legend.
He's not afraid to mix it up. And just as I say that, Tom the Bomb has flopped trips, but he's in desperate trouble.
Yeah, this is not gonna be good for Tom the Bomb here. I don't think.
No, I'm not sure. Has On ever folded trips? Ever?
I don't think. No, I don't remember. Oh, and we didn't even realize Tyler flops the bottom boat, flops sevens full. This is gonna be a big pot already right away. Start the stream.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this one because you know Tyler, if he gets scooped
There's
here.
gonna be some people to see the turn here. But you know, I mean, bottom boat is not the greatest hand.
Wow,
in
Tom
PLO.
the Bomb folds the
Nice.
jack. Good fold, Tom the Bomb.
That's what I always say. Did On? Oh, all in. Raise the
raise and
1.6.
call.
Yeah. Tyler calls. He's
they're
got
probably debating on what to do
to
here.
run it twice. Fades it once. Fades it.
Oh no,
He does not fade it. That was it.
Queen Jack.
Yes.
And
Chop it up.
Chop it up. Yeah, because On has he doesn't have he has Queen Jack and then Ace and 9. That's what it was. Wasn't a 10.
Yeah, if it goes once, Tyler's in trouble. That's where the bottom boat gets you.
Would have heard about that one for days.
I mean, I guess I like
Got
Tom
Tad
the
here
Bomb's
as well, Trey. Yeah, Tom the Bomb found
the
the
fold.
fold.
But I mean, if you play Jack 8 deuce deuce to 80 and you flop drip jacks,
I mean,
what are you folding?
He's facing Tyler's pot and then
Yes,
On's repotting
but you
it,
shouldn't
so-
fold. You played it to hit it.
Hey man, that's why some legends.
Good lay down.
Some legends are made here. You know, that was a good fold. He knew he was flopped the jack, but still, he's drawn basically dead.
Yeah, I mean that's
Not many people could flop trips and then just put them in the muck. But 20's back on here again. It looks like. Yeah, I think we're playing.
5, 10, 20.
I think we're playing 5, 10, 20. Right, starting pots 40.
Yogi's
5, 5,
joined
10,
us
20, yeah.
tonight.
Yogi, Tad, Trey. Yeah, this is gonna be a
Interesting.
interesting and a spicy game, I think here. Yogi looking down at the premiums. Wrong game. We're not playing Badoogie. That's a good Badoogie.
Man, he would be potting with Badoogie.
Yeah, got the third nuts.
King, Queen, 6, 4. Max
I
got it
mean,
double suited.
Listen, I've seen Max play a lot of poker. This is premium.
If Max has 2 suits, he's playing.
I'll call anything.
Doesn't matter.
Trey
I do like
calls.
Tom the Bomb's hand this time.
Looks like Tad.
Trey with the suited ace is going to give it a look.
Yeah, it looks like Tad just caught it. Oh, Tad's got the royal.
He's got 4/5 of the royal in his hand.
That's a decent hand.
It is. I mean, he's got all 4 face cards.
Yeah,
He's got a
can
little
still make-
rundown. He's not going to make a flush, but... And if he does make a flush, he'll never get paid off because nobody
No
can
one's gonna have it unless they overflush him. But it looks like got a 9 deuce.
Looks like
3.
trash.
Who is it? Who has the lead?
Max
here?
might... it looks like 7s.
Looks like 7's ahead for now. Going to the turn. And no one really has much of this hand here. Tad gonna go
No
for it.
flush available. Yeah, Ted has the little wrap, high wrap here.
Oh, I thought I saw Max call. I was like, whoa,
No,
we just put it 200 with the double gutter, no diamond, but no. Takes it down. Nice on
Max is
Tad.
playing a little tighter to the vest right
Yeah,
now.
I didn't get it in with that hand pre.
He'll-
What's going on here?
He'll open up later, I promise. I've seen it. I've dealt with it many times. It's a nice Friday night here in Austin. If you guys are not out and about, please join us here on Live at the Palms. Tuned in. We're just getting started. This game will be good as per usual. Any PLO here at the Palms is pretty spicy.
I don't think it's bad at any time.
No, I've got
generally
a
here.
bunch, same as you, same group of guys out in Vegas right now, and they're
Yeah,
amazed that
everyone's
the
out there. I mean,
different when they're playing PLO. They're like, this is not the same as what we played.
yeah,
last
I mean,
time.
I remember someone was telling me a story yesterday. They were playing 1-2 Hold'em they were playing 1-2 hold'em, and someone raised a 15, and the whole table like snap folded. And then the hand after, some guy like raised a 6, and someone was like, "Wait a minute, what's going on here? 3x? Like, what's it? You know?" People were reading the books out here in Vegas, but the Texas games just get crazy.
Oh, top set for Tom
Hello,
the Bomb.
top set.
Probably not gonna fold these trips.
I don't think these trips are going down. Yeah, Rainbow
No.
board no one really has much of else.
On raised, he was the initial raiser.
On's
with
gonna
the 8,
On's
9,
gonna
10.
rep. On's gonna rep what Tom the Bomb has. I would assume he just calls here. Has all
Yeah.
the kings. Yeah, hard to get called by worse.
Absolute rainbow board, no straight draw, no flush draw. He feels good. Still the nuts. No flush will be had. On picks up a little.
Picks up a gutty. Oh, he's all in.
This should
Yeah,
be a fold.
rainbow turn. Yeah, I mean he's getting like 3.5 to 1, but he just has nothing, and Tom the Bomb's
All he
not
commits is
bluffing. Yeah, Tom
never-
isn't bluffing here ever. There's none enough for him to be. He has minimum 2 pair, and normally it's gonna be with the king. So I mean,
I find it
On
when-
doesn't know that he folded a jack yet, so yeah, so we'll see how it turns out.
When they check flat the flop and then lead the turn, no matter what it is, that's
Yeah.
almost never a bluff.
No, yeah, it's I would say under bluffed as well for sure. But nice hand for Tom the Bomb here. Good start, making a good fold and flopping the top set, taking it down.
Looks like everybody came in for 1,000 minimum. Couple people, a little bit more.
Yeah, we expect the bullets to get in there in this game.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
There'll be some 10K stacks probably.
Yeah, it's got to give it a couple hours.
It doesn't take that long normally. These boys
Some
are
games,
here.
30 minutes. Yeah, some games you just.
So we got the 5, 5, 10. Didn't look like the 20s on, or maybe, hold on. $20 to max. Looks like he puts in a little raise. Oh no, just a call.
Looks like I'm gonna raise it up here. Oh, just call?
Look
Okay.
Look at Max trying to sneak
I
with
know.
the ace
Oh
king
man,
tip
and
on the
Max.
double suited.
Well, this isn't. Wait, what'd they do with Max actually? Hey, take him. Now we got a raise here from Trey with the King Queen 10-9.
Yeah, Max is not gonna fold.
Negative. I honestly,
Tyler
I've.
not folding the
Okay, I was gonna
ace,
say I've seen Max. Sorry, excuse me. Do some limp back raise stuff with hands like this a bunch. So,
100%.
but we're gonna go to the standard
5
5-way infinite deep pot.
Eager to see.
Go to the flop.
Ooh, the old 998.
How do you know?
How does Trey raise?
How do you make it? How do you raise and just make it? I don't get it. You know, I wish I could do that. I'm still learning. I'm learning the tricks. Well, Tom the Bomb's really the only person who can call, and I doubt it. Given that he folded a jack on the trips board earlier,
He
I don't think
shows
he's
it.
peeling this. Yeah,
He
shows
shows
the.
the queen high flush draw. Nothing like chasing the
Yeah,
26.
I mean Trey too. There, it's like just so hard for him to be bluffing into 4 other people when he makes it 100. And in these games, you know, you get some people are gonna call you down with the Jack 10-7. So
Yes.
always.
Some people?
Yeah.
More like most people.
Most people. Yeah. Very true.
I mean, I'm actually never surprised to see on the stream what these guys play. I mean, I play with
Not even on the stream. Just
same
in
as
the
you.
game.
Yeah, but you don't always get to see, right?
Oh,
They make
yeah,
a bet and
yeah,
they
for
fold.
sure, for sure.
But here you're like, exact. I mean, you're just like, and you're not surprised because you've seen it so much. You've seen your aces get wrecked.
Not even just 2 guys get
later they asked. On Wednesday it was a lot. But yes.
Sometimes 100, 200. Yeah, that was the last time I was here.
Yeah, you topped out on me pretty quick.
Yeah, in the back room, there's like,
Yeah.
all, trying to put on like a $720 show.
Yeah.
Like, I had 2,500.
Yeah, it's really, it's
Man, where's shirt? That unzipped. First of all, this kind of shirt that zips is awesome. Second, I mean, he's going Simon Cowell levels.
Oh, not as much hair though. Not as
No,
much hair.
not at all. But it's impressive.
Tower getting in there with the Jack
confidence.
1077 double suited. Max also calling.
Fireman Scott to 160. We don't know what he's got
He's
though.
got the mystery hand so
Let's
far.
put it. Oh, here we go. King Queen 10-4 double suited.
Okay.
I don't mind it. King
Four
Queen
ways.
9-7, Jack 10-7-7. This is
Probably the most reasonable of the so far.
This may
Everyone
check
kinda,
around.
Everyone kind of missed here. And this may check around.
That'll bring a little bit of action probably, but only Tad's got the
Yeah,
ace.
Tad checks. Tyler is going to bet here.
Representing.
Tyler's going to bet 4 1/4 here.
Yeah, bold.
Folds on Tad.
What is Tad gonna do? He just has a 9 kicker.
I got to keep it honest
Are we-
sometimes. Tad's Tad
Yes.
folds. Okay.
He had a little double.
Yeah, nice.
Or he just had the
Good
gutter.
little.
Nice bet by Tyler. Taking down a substantial pot with 7.
Yeah, he also bet into the guy who opened. Who can have aces.
For sure.
Still took it down. Obviously, in these games, just because you raise doesn't mean you have aces.
How often should you? How often are you going to be betting aces if you're Fireman Scott there? You open 6-6 deuce.
Yeah.
You gonna lead? You gonna find out?
I mean, you might. He could check there too. He's playing Max, Tad, Tyler. He's played with these guys
I
a
don't
little
know
bit.
if he knows these guys too much.
I think he's played with them a little bit here. Especially, I think Tad is definitely.
Played with him before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might not be familiar with some of these guys, but when someone shows up with the 6-5 Queen 7 Badoogie, you're not surprised.
No.
It's probably just gonna be a fold for Fireman Scott here. It's a bad hand.
Showed a little discipline early, which you rarely see on the stream.
You rarely see
At the Palms.
ever in this entire state.
Tom the bomb, King, Queen, Queen,
Coming
5,
with
just a
queens,
call.
straight calls the button.
I mean, I raised
Yeah,
it.
he might have raised. Yeah.
I want to thin the herd a little bit.
Yeah, maybe when there's not much thinning of the herd, you just do a little bit more limping, but
It does seem like every hand somebody's holding pocket 7s.
so far.
So,
Tyler's got the mystery hand, potted it
Raising.
from big blind.
Tom the
This
bomb.
hand's definitely going 4-way. Oh, Tad, okay.
Trey
Oh, well,
calls.
he did call with the King 10-8-3. Yeah, good fold though.
Yes.
Tad's got the button too, a little bit easier when your last act.
But, God, King 10-8-3, wow.
There we go. Tyler has a double suited
Double
aces.
suited aces.
It's a pretty hand.
Yeah.
Well, this is a pretty.
I'm not
good
sure he's going to
flop.
fold it.
Not sure he's gonna fold. I'm not sure if Trey's gonna fold either. This is a pretty. This
Or
is
Tom
action
the
board.
bomb's got a gutter. Tyler's got top set with the nut
Yeah,
flush redraw.
I like Tyler's bet too. Small. He blocks all the aces. He blocks from the flush draw. He literally just has the deck here. But this is gonna bring Trey along here. He is not folding this hand. He might even raise. Nah, just call.
Tom the bomb with the gutter backdoor clubs, nut clubs. Now Tom the bomb is committed. I'm not sure what
got
the bet has
clubs.
to be.
Oh, that's a gross turn for Trey too, because he thinks he's in pretty good shape here, but
Yeah.
his hand is not in good shape at all. And again,
No.
Tyler bet's kind of small. I like this a lot. Again, he just has the whole deck.
Trey hits the jack. He's
And
beat.
it's gonna put Tom in a weird spot. And he calls, and Trey's always calling, but he doesn't realize how bad of shape he's in here. If I'm Tyler, I think
He's
going to
find out. But the offsuit 6 here could bring in the
Yeah.
winner.
And we have 10 o'clock.
That's a nice board pair.
And board pairs.
Will Tom the Bomb be able to get away from the nut flush with a board pair?
Yeah, let's see. I mean, Tyler's letting.
No,
he can't fold.
He's all in.
Yep, all in. He called. Tyler shows him the bad news. I mean, again, Tyler led in the 3. He led in the 2 people twice, but bet sizes kept it small enough. Yeah, Trey dodged a bullet there. A lot of cards for him actually aren't good.
No, a lot of cards get it absolutely.
Any offsuit like a non-board pair club or the jack would have been not a good one. I mean, and on an offsuit 6, it's sick because Tyler probably just goes broke on an offsuit 6. It's like one of the cards he can hit.
Absolutely, he goes broke.
Nice hand for
He's
Tyler.
never folding.
No, never.
Top set.
Not when all the draws miss.
You don't have him on the Jack 7-8 there for.
No, I mean, yeah, that's a huge. Normally, you think when you turn that big.
But you can put him on. I mean, yeah. I always tell people if they're telling the story and they tell it for 3 streets, then they're probably, they probably got it.
They always got it.
Not always. Start to see some hands though. Tom the Bomb's fired another bullet, so here we go. Not as much rebuying as I've seen lately on the streams, but we've still got a ways to go, so it can be maybe tonight's different. Maybe it starts slow, ends with a bang. I know it starts really big most of the times and then kind of slows after everybody gets a little deeper. There might be some more gamble here at the end. Adams called with the suited ace, deuce, 3-5, playing 4 wheel cards. Tom the Bomb is making a habit of limping with big pairs. I got him in trouble last time. Just kind of a bad flop, bad turn scenario for Tom the Bomb. Unfolded. Max coming in. Ace, King, Jack 3.
Hey.
No real suits, though. Tom the Bomb with the limp again, so... Oh.
Now, Tom the Bomb, I think he opened here, right? Made 100, I said?
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, he limped at first.
Again, no one really has much of anything here.
I mean, I lead kings here, at least to speculate. No, he checks. Check around. I mean, what's
5 of
Tom
hearts.
do here? I mean, he's got kings with the king high.
Yeah, I mean, it
flush
checks to him twice. Adams checked. I think he checked again.
draw. You got to put a little something out there.
Yeah,
right?
you probably have the best hand. Your hand needs a lot of protection.
300. That's reasonable. I think Max is gonna fold.
Yeah, Max folds, and then Adams just folds. All right, good pot. Good little start the rebound train for Tom. Unfortunate little run out last hand.
The funniest thing I notice is when I go bust, I swear I get a good hand the next hand right after I go bust.
Well, normally you open and then everyone folds, though. It's normally what happens. You get stacked for like 1,300. Then you wake up with double suited aces like under the gun, and then on the most action table in America, it'll just fold around, and you're like, I've been getting 5-bet all night with the 7, 6, 8, 3, and now I have aces, and everyone just puts their hand in the muck.
Auto muck off of Poker Stars.
Yeah, they just hit the fold button.
Sometimes it happens. It's a maddening game. Winning, losing. How many times you been up in this game 2,000 to walk away?
I
a
really
$2,000
would
loser?
prefer not to release any of that information on the stream.
I'll release it.
If anyone's played with me a little bit, I can be a little swingy, you know. All right, Tad.
Now we're getting
Tad
some
just
hands.
calls Ace King 10-10. Yogi's had a real hand here.
Yogi finally 3-bets the ace.
Yeah, Yogi's had a big hand here.
10.
It looks like Tom opened the queens. Call.
Yogi's up. Look at
Tyler overcall on the button.
Fireman Scott's.
Oh, they both have.
Fireman Scott's
queens are
putting
dead.
it on the tightness here. He drops the jacks quick.
Yeah.
Nice on him. I mean, he's up against it all, but Yogi doesn't realize. I mean, he wakes up to his first good hand, but He is not drawing that live.
Yeah, his hands actually, they have a lot of his outs. Tad's ahead with the ace king 10-10 against his exact hand. Let's see.
That
Let's
one
see.
shows 3% though. That's weird.
See what the flop brings.
And just
Well,
as I
yeah,
said
all
that,
right.
Yogi
Well,
goes
just
nuts.
you cursed everyone else at the table when you said he can't make a hand, and then he just flops the stones.
That's the one hand he could make.
Let's see, flop the nuts. Definitely gonna bet here.
Was never gonna make Broadway. No queens available.
Just a matter of how much he bets here. I would assume he bets kind of small. The sport's like a little. Looks like 500. It looks like
250.
350. Yeah, I like this a lot. No one really has much of this. They call the pile. They call the 3-bet pre.
Is
Maybe a
anybody
set of
calling?
eights, but nah, everyone just folds. Trey not taking one off with the top two. Hard to get paid when the board's paired. He knows that. Not many bluffs. Tower off to the good start.
Yeah, that was a nice hand against Tom the Bomb. I prefer to, when I'm playing PLO, to get up big early. That's just my preference.
I think I have a curse. I think I'm cursed to win on the first bullet of anything anywhere. That's what I'm convinced. I don't remember the last time I've just walked into a room, bought in, won a little, and left, and have it be that simple.
No.
Ever. It's always like your third bullet,
Yeah.
and you finally have to get it in, drawing the 6%, and then you find a way to walk out with all of it, you know? That's how these games go sometimes. Swings are brutal.
You find the swings in PLO? I mean, you play a mix of both. I really don't play any Hold'em anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
but you play both at fairly substantial, I mean, you're not a 1-2 player. And so, swings bigger in PLO?
Yeah, for sure. Swings are way bigger in PLO.
I don't know. I mean, the PLO crowd here in Austin just seems to be a very gambly bunch of guys.
Yeah. I mean, everyone likes to get in 400-500 pre, and
Yeah, they're not afraid of the racehorse.
no one's afraid of nothing. Racehorses are the best. Speaking of people who like the racehorse and get money in, looks like we got
Ons flopped the wheel.
flopping the wheel. Board
It's not a
pairs right away,
great
but
card, so he's just going to slow down.
it's like Fireman Scott's in the lead.
8 checked the wheel, too.
Looks like Tower peels. Tower's gonna peel.
He's got a...
2 pair and a gutter. I would assume on calls here.
With the wheel? Yeah.
Yeah, checks the flop. He knows people could be betting some draws here. Checks. Yeah, Fireman Scott just checks. He probably just feels like he beats enough of the draws.
Yeah, that's a good check. No need to bet when they
Yeah,
check.
and he can't really rep aces or some boats. He flipped the pre, so. And the V.
Sometimes the pot's not big enough, right? I mean, it's like...
Yeah, because what you want to fold is just isn't going to fold for that amount
Right,
here. Regardless if it's the
exactly.
right poker play, it's just like someone's going to look at the wheel and go, "Oh, 600? Call," and put in the chip.
I take that into account all the time. It's like, I don't have enough for these
I
guys
know
to
I
fold.
can't win, but can I get this guy to fold the hand I need to fold, And normally the answer is no.
80%, no.
Some people, yeah, but
Yeah,
80% definitely.
but you know those people. And the funny thing is the 20% who fold never even have 600 to call. They're always low stacked. It
Yeah,
seems like.
yeah.
I mean, you got certain people.
The ones who are going to fold, they're probably the ones who are pot committed on the river at that point. So it's a bunch of varying factors. The 20's on again. I'm surprised. Maybe an hour or two.
This is like one of my favorite hands, the old King Jack Jack 9.
Another bullet or two, we might see the 40 and the 80 and everything else start to go on a little bit.
Yogi's starting to call a little bit of a suited rundown. Or one suit.
Looks like Max calls again. Ace King 10-5.
Max is living with 3 Broadway cards, but he can't get anything with it. He's not going crazy, though. He's doing a lot of calling tonight.
He is.
Strange.
Everyone is. I'm actually,
Strange.
given the lineup, I'm just, money's still getting in. I'm just surprised as to how it's getting in just from knowing everyone
Yeah, I
on
don't
this
know if
table
we
a
have
little bit.
VPIP numbers, but I'd be interested to see. I know.
Well, it had just came up. A lot of people are above 40, and then I think there's 2 or 3 people like in the 20s, and then Adams really has just been running kind of card dead here.
Yeah.
His was at 11, but he has just had no hands so far. He said, he probably wants to mix it up, but
The deuce 5 is probably going to bring a round of checks, and if somebody bets, they'll win. Max throw out a bet there?
yeah, I think Max bet less to go.
I think that might be able to take it down.
Yeah, I mean, no one can really have much, right?
Right.
It's kind of 5-5 deuce rainbow. I mean, the only person who can even really call is Yogi, but Max limps and then bets can easily just have some random deuce that's like suited to an ace or something.
Such a good word in this game, random. Just have that random.
Yeah, the dangler, they call it.
Every time I have aces, I hit the danglers.
Ace, 5-8 flop.
Yeah.
8-5 deuce.
Or 4, 6, 7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's because you pot it, they think you have aces and you're
Right. And you really
have a straight, and they're like, wait, what? Straight.
I've gotten paid off like that. Like, we know we have aces. I flop 2 pair. I'm going with it.
Yeah, it's because.
Oh, you have them?
Speaking of aces, Yogi wakes up with the ace and the ace.
Let's see what he does.
Good aces here.
He makes it 75.
Max is gonna call.
Oh, with 10s. I've played with Max enough. I think for Christmas, I'm going to get him a little headband with that light on it because he mines for sets more than anybody I know. Max is going to play any pair.
I was gonna get him a wand. He's a magician.
Yeah.
Makes rivers appear.
He makes chips disappear.
Hey, sometimes I've seen Max running up.
Trey's got the jacks. Tom the bomb. Tom the bomb's hand is.
Get to the flop, king 7-3 rainbow. Max flopping top 2. Tom the bomb flopping top pair in a gutter. Yogi gonna lead here.
There's the danglers for Max working with 10s.
Yeah, because no one cares. Yeah.
Max is not folding. That
Max
I can
is all
guarantee
in.
you.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough to fold. Pot's already massive. After Yogi bets.
Will Tom the bomb call? He does have a gutter.
It's kind of a weird
And top
spot
pair.
for Tom because he still has Tom
He shipped it.
ships it. Folds. He is in really bad shape against Max's hand here.
Applause to Yogi. That was just an instant fold.
Yeah,
Who knows?
just knew.
Oh, gutter rips right
Oh
off.
my God! And the gutter
rips right off.
The
Just
gutter
bink.
rips right off. 6-4 turns the 5. It's gonna be a stack for Tom. Hey,
The
good.
train. What'd you say? What train did you call it?
What train?
You said the train to getting your money back when he was Tom the bomb went bust.
Oh yeah.
It's reached the station.
Yeah, he got there. Yeah, I mean, right after he got
Quick.
stacked, he won that one hand he won the hand with the kings, and now he just wins a little bit more here. So
One
yeah, he's
pair,
on the
gutter.
Yeah.
Get it in.
I mean, this game, it can go real fast and it can come real fast. So
He's all smiles now.
it's always all smiles when you're doing it right.
100%. We've all been there once or twice.
Wish it was all smiles, but unfortunately, can't say it has been.
I've played with you on a many a table where you're taking some beats and you're a pretty good sport about it.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little annoyed at what happened, the situation, but I always try to have a good time no matter.
Oh, you're solid. You're solid
Solid.
at having a good time. You're always
Oh yeah.
you got that part down.
Yeah, I mean,
They're not going to get you down, champ. Okay.
no, if you get emotional at this game, you found the wrong hobby. Go play Monopoly or something.
I'm not afraid to give a free lesson or two when I think somebody's playing shitty, which is every game I play, but
Yeah.
nobody even listens
Adam
to me.
still can't really get involved. Just another bad hand versus a raise. Tom the bomb.
That's a nice hand. That's a very nice hand.
Putting in the little 3-bet here with the Ace King Jack 10. Nice hand. Small blind versus cutoff, it looks like. On has mystery cards. Oh,
He
Tad
raised.
definitely not folding this hand.
No, double suited 5, 6, 7, 8.
Definitely not folding this hand.
Tyler, nice fold finally.
And I think On's gonna come along.
I'd like to know what On has. Last time he raised, he actually had like
Double
9,
suited.
10, 6.
He's got double suited 10s here.
Oh, the old double suited 10s.
Let's
Wow.
get to the flop. Hey.
How many times do 10 high flushes take it down?
Oh man, this is a flop for Tad. Rainbow board. He's got the bazooka wrap. Tom Bomb has top pair and a gutter. This, I think, some money is
It's
going
not
to.
bazooka. Come on, that's low.
It's the against Tom's hand. That's the bazooka. No,
Yes, of course.
8 is dead. But he's got a pretty big hand. Yeah. And Tad is
10s
all
are
in.
dead. I mean, they all got them.
Yeah. Needs an 8.
Now, he doesn't know this, so Tad's going to put it in. But Tom the Bomb.
Yeah. Does Tom the Bomb fold
pair.
here? No, he
Does-
can't. Oh, he already potted the flop,
Does
right?
he get it in with top pair and a gutter?
Yeah, he called already.
Well, he just did it the last hand and hit, so he's going to do it again.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh!
Oh
Just
no!
makes it right off.
The 8, no good. And Tad thinks Tad is a straight, but it's no good. 8
Clubs.
peels right off. Got the offs. Got a queen and the deuce, and Tad bricks out. Ace king gonna jack
Tom
10.
the Bomb.
Tom the bomb.
Living the dream.
Nah, that's what I mean. Sometimes you just gotta get the first bullet out of the ray.
He got it. He got the bad
Right
chips
away. The bad chip juju is gone. Now,
One pair and gutters are his. He's perfected that.
I mean, hey, someone's gotta perfect it.
Do you do it? No.
Sometimes.
I have the tightest reputation in Austin.
You
know?
do.
It's amazing. I'm not that tight, but I take the reputation and run with it. Occasionally I'm able to bluff because of it. But in this particular game, guys just love. They just want to play. Get it in. Gamble a little bit. Again, welcome. Playing a little 5-5-10 PLO on Friday night here in Austin. Special guest, Fireman Scott, joining us from Houston. Now, if he'll play a hand, we want to see him play. Take one down. I will say this, Scott. We've got 18 people watching, okay? Fans of yours, I don't know. Let's get involved. It's okay to fold the trip fours, though. Good fold. Adams finds a hand. Finally, he can play. Little Queen 998, another one of my favorites. And I know
It's one of the first hands he's had all night tonight.
the funny thing is you know, it's kind of Fireman Scott's stream, but and he's always talking about his favorite hand is nines. He plays nines all the time.
Tower giving up the ace 9-8-5 Badug.
Tyler making some quality folds.
Oh, Max, and
yeah, this is what
so
I'm
this
talking
is
about.
what happens, you know.
Boredom is set in.
Max also, if he thinks he has a good spot to squeeze out some of the dead money, he'll definitely go for it with some of these types of hands. But I mean, I think it's the wrong game because no one's folding once they got 40 in.
40 is basically 500. Anything under 5 is getting called.
They gotta defend the children, man. They gotta defend the kids in the pot, man.
I understand. I mean,
Something they can do.
they got to bring him out of the streets. What do you think's Max saying to himself right now with Queen 6?
What did I just get myself
He's double
into?
suited though.
This guy with the jack. Oh, and
And-
Trey just flops the world. He's hoping that Max
Max
has
had
aces
aces.
here, but unfortunately, he's just not going to get much action. And the only person he can really get action from is on.
That's not. I mean, wow.
I mean, the only way he gets even a little bit of action here is if like on turns a heart and wants to bluff, or turns an ace and turns
Trey
a
just
10.
hit that too hard.
I think Trey is just gonna check. It's also no one just has anything here really. On's gonna take a showdown value. Adams just has nothing.
Another ace.
Check.
maybe a
I mean,
9.
maybe an 8 or king can
9?
get some money in here.
Heart.
Deuce.
Max has a flush.
What?
Will
Wonder
he call
what
200?
Trey probably just leads here.
Well, but how much would you lead for? I mean, the pot's already 2.1.
Yeah, I'm not sure if betting
Oh no,
pot.
no, it was 1.1. Would you bet pot with quads?
No, not after everyone checked, because all of their good hands would have already bet by now, or they're gonna put more money in on the river anyway.
Exactly.
And then no one's gonna really call a flush here because he's leading into 4 other people. It's everyone wants to, people in the seat want to believe that people are stealing, but they show you the nuts every time. You stop believing. As crazy as these games can get, when people lead into 4, 5, 6 people.
For 1100, they have it.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I say.
wonder what On's thinking about here. He doesn't have enough to make him fold ever. I guess he just thinks that Trey is like super polar to just having the nuts or having nothing, but
I
mean,
does this a lot though. He
bluffing
tanks,
here is
he tank folds. There's
man,
no
he's
way
gonna
he should
call. Oh man,
What?
put
That
in the
is-
call. Has the
Wow.
King of Hearts, has the bluff card, and Trey's gonna show him the bad news.
Wow, that unexpected.
I don't know. I'm
How
not.
does Trey lead 1100
when-
with quads and get a caller with an ace?
I don't ever want to, I guess, assume what people are thinking in the moment, right? Because, I mean, these guys have played with each other for a lot.
Yeah.
Especially On and Trey
I
and Tad have
understand
played
that.
a lot. So maybe he just thinks that he's capable of bluffing there. Just seems a little optimistic, especially when you have the King of Hearts. Normally, you'd want your opponent to have the King of Hearts so that they have a hand that they can rep, like the nut flush on the river. But then also is Trey betting 1,000 on the river with the nut flush on a board pair.
No.
Yeah.
Did they teach you about optimism in Long Island?
Yes.
I mean, you have to.
Well, in New York, it's a lot of
That's
pessimism,
right.
but so you got to find the rays of That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to find the cracks in the tunnel of light. That's all I'm doing.
I need a little less,
I mean, I needed some more light that hand. I
Yes.
think.
more pessimism. I got it.
On to the next hand here. Trey's good hand, really good hand on the button here. Definitely gonna open.
How good does it feel though if On was right and he just called?
Yeah,
the
if On's right, he's like, you're good, 8 high. Yeah. Always the best feeling when you sniff out a bluff in PLO. It's people just don't do it often, and On with the 7-7-8 ace, calling 110.
Tyler just got some boredom going on. He feels like Queen 4-6-7 with 3 hearts is
Gonna get in the mix.
140 worth.
To the flop, On flopping middle set here.
And Tyler bottom 2.
Tower flopping bottom 2 pair and is leading into the pack.
Trey with the jack and
Trey with a
Gutter.
jack and gutter, backdoor clubs. If On calls, he's definitely up full. He's definitely gonna peel one here on the flop. On just doesn't have enough money. Trey's in a little bit of a weird spot. Tower has a lot. Tower has a lot before. He would have snap called the 725.
500 more
Heads
for
up.
Tyler to call with bottom 2. No diamonds. You think he does it?
I mean, I probably just is like, oh, On's tilted. On's putting it in with the draw, But
Right. he just got beat by the
he's
quads.
dead. He's just about dead, and he's got some backdoor outs and whatnot, but can make it straight, and so he still has 4 or 5% or whatnot, but yeah, Trey's actually for the 2 hands he's up against, he's got a lot of equity here. Yeah, Tower's just gonna side call the 500 and gonna get told the bad news.
I'm gonna run it twice. I mean, Tyler can only make a straight.
I think On said 1 time, and then that's it for Tower there. It's gonna turn him dead. And set good for On. Nice hand On.
On immediately gets back the 1.1 he gave away on the last hand.
As we see here, Adams at the bottom again. He's just been running pretty card dead. Got a bunch of people. Seems a little bit more disciplined than normal today.
It sure does.
It does feel that way. But hey, it's early.
Celebrity in the background.
Oh, there is a celebrity in the background. Shout out to Waco.
I call him Bruceville Eddie. Because that's where he's from. They know Waco. But
Hey,
they say they're card dead, right? I mean, hey, Fireman Scott's card dead, Adam's card dead. But I don't know. You can still mix it up. Tyler should have never played
Yeah.
King 6-4-7 there. It only brings trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so hard.
Yeah, everyone wants to gamble, mix it up. You don't want to. You never want to be called the nit. You know, you don't want to get. You know, because people. You know, they're all friends here.
Yeah.
Everyone needles each other when they're playing tied or they're locked up or or whatnot. But
It don't
so
bother
sometimes
me.
you mix it up a little bit. But then unfortunately, when you mix up a little bit, you're gonna run into. Sometimes you're gonna run bottom two or top two into top set, middle set, and just be in bad shape. Adams finally. I actually had his hand folded. He had a good hand there. If that was his actual hand, he had ace, queen, queen, 8, double suited. Just in the muck.
Tom the Bomb. Who opened?
Fireman Scott
mystery,
opens
here
with the
we go.
mystery. Yogi with the 4-4 3-deuce rundown. Max with the 6-5 4-4. Yogi's
No fours coming.
Yogi's just dead in this situation. Okay, whoa, what do we get here? So On is all in. Looks like On potted. Yeah, I made it 560. Looks like Fireman Scott's all in. May have the other two aces. Might have kings.
Oh,
Might have a high card rundown.
Ace
but-
10-5 deuce. That's
No, I'm talking about Scott. Fireman Scott. 'Cause Fireman
And On-
Scott's all in.
on 3-bet to 5.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to gamble it up. Looks like.
You don't think he saw a spot there?
I mean, I think
Tom the Bomb with the call, suited ace.
Tom the Bomb with the call.
What's Max gonna do?
It all depends on Fireman Scott's hand here. How good of shape Tom the Bomb's in, because generally Fireman Scott's gonna have a pair with a lot of his outs blocked.
Max has no idea that Yogi had all of the cards he needs.
Yeah, there's already two aces dead too, so it's curious to see what Fireman Scott has here. Damn, and Max thinks he just has aces and like, oh, my hand's live, or it's a good, deep better shape than I thought, but
But Trey folded, or
yeah,
Yogi folded everything.
folded all of his hand. Yeah.
Scott's standing up for this one. I like his style. Let's get it.
It's curious hand here. Let's see.
5, 6, 7, 8. There you go.
I mean, hey.
A middle rundown. I like it. But again, Max has it.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually in pretty bad shape.
Very bad.
Well, what's actually hilarious here is On is tied for the equity lead 4-way, which is kind of insane because you'll get
how does he 3-bet ace, deuce, 5, 10?
and just have most of the equity. Yeah, because he has live hearts or live diamonds. Can't make the wheel actually. Fours are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
and that's
diamonds are
actually
there.
a huge flop for On and a really big flop for
Tom the Bomb.
Tom the Bomb flopping a jack open ender.
top
Fireman Scott with an 8. Max is just unfortunately drawing dead. Can't win this pot. Fours are dead. Can't
And
make
On
a
is never folding the nut flush.
can't make
draw.
a straight that Scott can't make. So yeah, he's just dead.
Tom the Bomb gets
Um,
on bets 325. I mean, doesn't have anything as of yet. A pair of deuces.
and
Now
a king
he's
again. This is
gutter.
all she wrote because On's putting it in. Pair of deuces and a gutter, and Tom the Bomb's definitely not folding here. Open ended to the nuts on both ends now with top pair. Too much money in the middle. And it's kind of crazy because he's basically flipping on the turn. Kind of insane because Fireman Scott all of his pair outs are live, except for the 7.
How about a little 6 ball?
Yeah, a 6 or a 5. They're pretty sick river.
6, 5, or 8 for the man who came from
What do
Houston.
we got? And just On
Nuts.
from back home, making the nuts. On is all in.
2 pair for.
2 pair for Tom. I mean, this is. On is like 0% bluffing here. He put money into a dry side, put money again into a dry side.
Yeah, I mean you can't. I don't think you call.
I mean, I don't think. Calling here. Like, what else is on betting? He can even have like a straight, can back into something like
You
King
can
Jack.
have a
He just
set.
just something. Yeah, because there's too much money and whatever.
Tom, you've been.
I
Really
mean,
hot.
I know he probably feels pot committed here, but like it's just super it's super hard for him to win the side here. I cannot think of a hand that he beats actually.
Where
Queen
is it?
Queen 6-5 with the Queen of Diamonds. But you know, once you start reaching for hands in PLO, you probably should just put your hand
Then
in
you
the
can
muck.
only think of one
Yeah,
hand
a
you
couple
can beat.
combos.
No.
I can only think of.
I mean, you know, it's tempting because the pot's huge.
Yeah, I mean, he
And
has a
it's-
diamond in his hand. He has a 9 in his hand.
it's-
It's a super dumb spot, you know. Like
650.
he's got to call.
5.
He's got to call 650 to win 6,000 to win 60 to
Good
6,200.
laydown. Saves himself to 650.
Yeah, six
On's got
himself
the bad news for
650. And
everybody.
Anna's just gonna show everyone the bad news. Fireman Scott.
Gonna do a walkabout, Crocodile Dundee style. Take a minute.
See if he's coming back. Probably
Oh,
is.
absolutely.
Would assume he's never leaving this game.
Why would you?
Just saw On squeeze, and just like that, On got, lost that one hand, and now he's got 6,000 in front of him. Welcome to Austin, Texas PLO.
Just finds a spot to squeeze with ace 10 5 deuce.
Like I said, I've seen On do this. You see the craziness, but he 3-bets pre, has most of the equity 4 ways, and on the flop is a 60% favorite, and is then flipping on the turn with the hand with the same gutter as he is, with
Yeah.
the top pair. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, Fireman Scott back in for 1,000.
Quick
Looks
reload.
like quick
I
little
like
reload
it.
for 1,000.
I wouldn't want to miss a hand either.
Yeah, this game.
Every hand is a spot. For
It's
you
just
to
gonna
make
it's
1,000.
gonna start to, once a bind or two gets kind of flying around here a little bit. Tad had reload. Max is a little short, and now Tom the Bomb took a little bit of a hit.
Big news here is we had 21 people watching.
Hey, 21.
That's big. It's the first time I've seen it over 20. Oh, one of them dropped off. Sorry.
That's all right.
Come back, man.
Jamokes in the booth. Some people had to come out.
21, he's back. Yes. We're hitting. Let's go, guys. Tell your friends. This is the
Tell your
stream.
friends.
I won't be.
If anyone's watching and free, think there's a 1-3 hold'em game going on
Have you
as
played
well.
much with Yogi?
No, I actually, the only time I ever met Yogi was at Jay Lee's spot downtown. I've only met him like once or twice. I've always heard about him, Yogi, because I know he hangs out with a lot of the same people that.
Shout out to Jay Lee's. It's the bar of choice for all poker
Poor
players
choices.
here in Austin. Four
Yeah.
choices.
Yeah, yeah. I just knew him because he knew Waco, and they both know Brittany.
Yeah, I mean, he seems
shout out to the
He seems to
best
be
woman
playing.
dealer in all of Austin.
Oh, 100%. Come on. Legend.
Knows everyone in the community.
But Yogi seems to be reasonable. He's not getting out of line. He's
No,
folding.
yeah.
I mean, he's, every
Heard-
hand he plays is
Heard some
solid.
stories, but and Tad bets 300 here. We're queens in a gutter.
That's very ambitious.
Max thinking here is bottom 2 pair.
He lays it down on. He's got top. Whoa, one pair. I've seen him call it.
On, yeah, I mean, I think again, like, these guys have played with each other a lot, and he only has 1 pair, doesn't have much backup, but he just knows that Tad can have exactly a hand like he has right now. But still puts his hand in the muck, I'm pretty sure, fold,
Yeah, nice.
and good little pot there for Tad.
The aggressiveness
little rebound.
pays off.
Now look at the chip stack, see Trey, the quads. Then right behind him, On getting right back up there. Tyler and Yogi. Tyler took a little bit of a hit. Guess that hand went On, set of 7s versus the bottom 2.
Yeah.
Adam's still trying to get involved here. All of the hands he's had that has been playable, he's missed, and then every other hand he's had has just been garbage. So
Right.
it's always
Right.
it
Patience
sucks.
is big.
Yeah, for sure.
In this particular game, because I mean, you sit here long enough, you usually have enough people gambling that if you just wait and make a hand, you're going to get paid from someone. It may not be. The worst thing is when you have some whale at the table paying everybody off, and you're the only one that can't beat that person. But a little patience goes a long way. I feel like.
I'm literally that guy. So, obviously not going to say any names or whatever. But I was playing one day. I think it was here a couple weeks ago, and the game was really good.
Ooh, Yogi and Tyler sharing kings. Yogi did find a hand to play with. 3-bet to 150, and Tyler's going to call.
Pause the story now. Got a big pot brewing here. And kings. Adams.
I like this spot.
I like Adams' hand too here. I mean, he just knows, probably knows
Trey's hand is.
He knows Yogi's been on the little bit of the tighter side.
Yeah, so he can reasonably put him on big cards.
Oh, but I'm definitely not folding a suited ace here for sure. I would assume. Yep. There's your standard 5-way Austinite PLO pot here. And, well, good luck, Adams. He is never folding this hand, I would assume. Top pair open-ended against this field.
No, he shouldn't.
Trey's in a really weird spot here if he bets because he's got 3 people behind him and he doesn't have an open-ender to the nuts. So, I mean, one side is to the nuts. No pair. I mean, it isn't...
Yeah.
And I mean...
Adams does exactly what you thought. He rips
Yeah.
it. I mean, that's very reasonable.
The way Trey's running, the run-out's going to come... You know,
5.
I
You
don't,
can't
whatever a
make anything.
dangler is.
Oh yeah, 9 Jack.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Dink, dink.
No, that takes
A
it
nice
down.
hand for Adams. Yeah, nice hand. He finally gets involved a little bit. Just was patient. Doubles up basically in that hand. I mean, he started the hand with 765, and the pot was 765.
Right.
Basically doubles up.
Patience, a long way. They're always gambling, especially pre. I mean, when I have a. My theory is when I have a hand pre-flop that I really like, I do like to get in. Is I don't try to, I'm not trying to set any traps or anything. Let's just get some money in, so when I actually hit the hand, I can bet it.
Yeah, for sure.
Heavy, like too many times you try and limp with aces. There's $60 in the pot. Nobody's folding any draw in Austin for $60.
Yeah. I mean, even when you pot the flop and the turn comes, no one's folding a draw for 180 either. So.
No.
Yeah.
So I like to raise or get some money in there.
The only way you can win is if you bet.
And so many
But
people,
no one's gonna fold. Adams probably gonna limp this, I would assume. Yep.
so many people are putting in money bad pre-flop. They, it's a flop
Yeah.
game. They want to see it. But I mean, I personally, I wouldn't play a lot of these hands. I would play Ace King.
Yogi raising it up. The Ace King Queen 5 of clubs.
I mean, Yogi hasn't had to show anything down. I mean, but I don't know if people are noticing, but I mean, Yogi's playing fairly snug. I mean, the hands he's raising with are
Yeah,
snug.
I mean he's playing solid. It's just not getting out of line very much. Just
There's no
playing
way
solid.
I unfolded that hand.
Max 3-bet. What did the unfold? Did you see?
It was an Ace Jack Queen 9.
I think, and this is what An is pretty smart. I've seen him play in some of the bigger games here as well, and he knows that Yogi's opening a pretty tight range, and it also
Right.
knows that even though Max can get a little out of line every once in a while, but is he really getting out of line against one of the tighter players, solid players at the table? Not sure, but Max flops.
Adams has the
flush draw.
nut flush draw.
Adams again with the patience kind of pays off because now he just has a huge hand. People know he's been on the tighter side, and he could just fire it in. He could just fire it in the bet here.
And a lot of people
And
should
looks like
fold.
Max is calling. Oh no! Tom the Bomb putting in
He
the
has
call.
tens. I know Tom had tens. We don't get to see it now, but he had tens.
What do you have, 10, 10, 8? 10, 10, 8, 7, something? Gotta have some sort of hand to call flop here.
Right.
Maybe Queen 10, 10 with diamonds, maybe.
I know he had tens for sure. But he's just
Max is all in after the bet.
3-10.
Max is in really bad shape here. He just keeps running into the hands and have him in really bad shape, unfortunately. But
There isn't
we're
really
gonna
any
get
run
to
out, is there, for Max besides just Ace
Jack, Ace Jack.
offsuit?
Yeah, it really depends on what. I don't know Tom's other cards. Can't see him right now, but turn 7 and Adams makes the second nut straight.
And the nut flush.
But you said you did say Tom the Bomb at 10s. I don't know. Does he have an 8? We're about to find out. Well, he does the hand flick. I'm not sure if that's the nuts. Normally isn't when you look pained to
No.
put in the rest.
Recall.
And it looks like Adams just bets 300.
I do want what comes on the river.
And
There's
there's a straight on board. No, Tom missed, right? I know Tom calls 7-10. Oh, he's in a scoop here if he has a 10 in his hand, doesn't he? No?
he has tens. He did.
I know he has
That's
10s.
what they were showing.
I just can't tell. We'll see what happens here. Just can't see what his hand is. Yeah, well, we knew Max was in bad shape.
Yeah, Max is all in.
Let's see where he brings the.
Max is going for a smoke.
He's putting 2 cards together here. The glare can't see what he's got, but it looks like.
10,
Oh
10,
man, runs out the straight. Just wow, what a river card.
And he did have diamonds that were
Tom
no
the
good.
Bomb. Man, Adams just waits patiently, finally gets a spot where he just has the world, turns second nuts with the diamond redraw, and just gets ran out offsuit 8 bomb from Tom the Bomb, dropping the nuke in that hand.
Nice hat, Tom. Day of the Dead is correct, sir. You are killing them all. Dia de los Muertos, baby!
Oh, man.
Oh, that is a nice 8. If you're Tom the Bomb.
Just the offsuit 8 to
Those
take.
are the hands you run into. Those are the ones that make me, like, every draw the guy has is no good to your hand. And yet he somehow finds the one to scoop.
The offsuit 8 burger for all of the chips.
Yeah. I mean, I love it when I flop the world, turn the universe.
Turn the universe.
And still just
And you get sucked up by a black hole along the way.
like Thanos just reaches out and snatches your ass.
He's like, you
No.
think you have power?
Yeah, you got nothing.
Yeah.
I'll take all the chips.
I am the captain now. I watched that movie for the first time this year, Captain Phillips.
It's good. It's solid.
Solid movie. Solid Tom Hanks movie, as are most. Did Tyler just put that hand in the... Oh, he didn't have a suit of this. Okay, it was based on the other stuff we've seen.
Yeah, but I mean, he's normally calling the 20.
That's what he's on. Looks like... Wow, is this our first heads-up pot of the night? I think it is.
Tom the Bomb and Trey?
Looks like Tom the
Trey's
Bomb has
open-ended.
Tom the Bomb has a hand that we have no idea.
Whoa.
Premature turn and almost a premature turn, but Trey stopping the dealer. Not Trey's first rodeo.
No, I see him everywhere. Trey is a veteran of the live stream community.
He is veteran of poker, and I think in Austin. And here we go. Adams, unfortunately, just not running good at all. Not getting the cards, and then when he is, he's got ran out on, and
That was a bad one. Ron and Tom
It's
the
just-
Bomb took some hits early, but have recovered nicely.
he's recovered. The train has hit the station for Tom and on. Fireman Scott and Adams gonna look to rebuild here.
Is my boy Max coming back, or is he going to sit one out?
Let's see what happens here with Max.
Yogi, that's going in the
Still,
muck.
yep, that hand is going directly into the muck.
Tyler's not going to fold.
Tyler's definitely not folding this hand.
It should be a raise to 75.
Raises to 75.
Exactly.
Fireman Scott with the triples.
He's got solid skills in
Trey
terms of
folds.
folding, too.
Tad gonna
That's
call.
the second trips that Fireman has had tonight.
Decent hand here. The Jack 10 9 4. You know, you're in the double straddle. It's call. And gonna get an Ace Jack 6 2 spade flop. Got a flush draw for Tom. Got top pair for Tyler. Tad middle pair.
No
Backdoor
spades.
diamonds.
Tyler leads.
Tyler leads. Tom the Bomb gonna take one off with the A high flush draw. Gonna see a turn card to an 8, making 2 pair now, but Tyler's got a bigger 2 pair.
Yes.
Tyler checks back the 2 pair. I like the check. Has 2 queens. Has the queen of spades. Blocks a lot of the calling range. Doesn't bet the
see?
river though.
I mean, Ace Jack's always out there. I don't
Yeah.
mind it. I don't mind the check. He might have got a courtesy call for, what, 150 maybe?
Yeah, I mean, it seems a little. I mean, the guy checked 3 times here, right? And he didn't
Right.
raise the flop. Didn't bet the turn. Then checks the river. I mean, you have top and middle. Definitely looking to go for some thin value here at the palms.
You know who got me with second nuts the other night was on a triple check flop, check turn, check river, You might know him as Dewey. Just
Dewey.
flop the stones on me.
Another Austin
And
legend.
And I make second nuts.
Yeah.
And I mean, I paid him off. I'm like, the triple check worked.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. The population in Austin is not on the passive side. I mean, I've played a lot of games in the Northeast. That's where I'm from, and even the games in Vegas and everywhere else. It seems as if the aggression factor here is times 100
Yeah, agreed.
in Austin.
Agreed.
So
The funny thing is I haven't played poker at only 2 spots. Indiana, the area around Chicago.
sure.
They have a lot of casinos there, and a lot of the home games there, for whatever reason, they were fairly big, substantial. It was back when, obviously Hold'em was bigger. It wasn't a lot of, certainly never any PLO there, but in here, and I mean, it's a different world than when you go to Vegas, or I've played a lot in the Bay Area. I've played a lot in the Seattle area.
Yeah, again, I mean, you sit down at a 1-2 table and people are opening the 15, 20, 25. You go to Vegas and open for 20, they think you're a psycho. But here, it's just, yeah, welcome to $300 cap.
That's right.
Open to 7% of your stack.
Yeah.
No limit hold'em.
Want to shout out to Neil watching. I appreciate the love.
Neil.
You know him.
Neil. Shout out to Neil. Yes, we know him.
The man with the magic M&Ms, he'll know what I'm talking about. Every time he gives me a green M&M, it's like a money multiplier. All I do is win every time. Ask him to get you the green M&M.
Neil, come down to Palms. We need some green M&Ms. We got some running it up to do. Bring over those M&Ms.
He said, Matt, you need to bring a green M&M when you go out of town to play. You damn right I do. Leaving this Sunday.
Thank you.
Vegas,
If that's
baby.
the tip. Everyone watching, go pick up your green M&Ms.
About a year and a half ago, one of the few times that I played Hold'em, I was at Planet Hollywood and they had a Hold'em game, and I sat down and I noticed that it was like ridiculously slow. So I raised one orbit, 9 hands. They were 9-handed. I walked 8 straight times. Raised every hand blind.
Wow.
And walked 8 straight. And the 9th time I raised, I got 3-bet, and I had ace king, and he had aces.
Oh, yes.
I lost that whole 200.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
I couldn't pay rent that month.
Sometimes 200's got to get lost, you know?
I'm like, how does that happen? To raise 9 straight times, and the only time you actually have a real hand, it runs into the ace.
You just run into the aces. Sucks, but what you can do.
Scott, I think that's the right thing to do. Reload on that drink.
Yeah, we definitely got to get another drink in here.
I'm not kidding. I think his shirt has gotten unzipped more. Pretty soon he's just gonna have it fully open.
You might have to sell a shirt for some chips eventually. Yeah, that's more than the Skyman Cow, man.
We're entering Saturday Night Fever territory here, guys.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh man. It seems the last couple hands, I think it seems as if take a little bit
Max
of a break.
Is coming back.
Yeah, Max might be done.
Seat
here.
open.
Seat
Come
open.
on down.
If you haven't seen what's going on with the squeezes of the Ace 10 5 deuce and the runner stunner action to Adams, come on down, seat open.
I mean, I'll give it up for Tom DeBomb on that one. He paid to see it with the 10 high flush draw, and got there. Another fold by Fireman Scott with a suited ace.
Tad for sure not folding this hand.
No, these are my favorite hands, really.
Looks like Trey raised.
Yogi going set mining.
Tyler's got a suited ace.
Yeah, he's
Run
gonna
down.
see it.
Okay, got a little squeeze from Tyler here.
Nice. Well,
On the Ace Queen 8-6 premium, overcalls the 3-bet.
of course.
Would assume no one here is folding at this point. It's just a
We-
chain reaction.
We've already established 40, 500.
Yeah,
That's the minimum.
110 is like dropping the bucket.
Right.
Got an Ace 3-9 to club flop.
Yogi actually has a jack high flush draw, but I know he doesn't feel good about
Doesn't
it.
feel good about it.
Tyler
Tyler's
has 2 pair.
and a gutter. And on
Just top
just
pair.
top pair. Might even lead here. The queen of clubs, potentially. Thin the herd a little bit. Clean up your equity.
Tad's got a pair and backdoor nothing.
Yeah, Yogi in good shape here.
And Trey
He might not
may
know
have
it,
a
but-
monster, but we don't know.
We don't know what Trey has here.
Well, it's on him for 300 to call now that On bet out 1 whole pair.
It's a weird spot for Yogi, but I'd assume Yogi takes one off here. Yep, calls.
With the jack high. I like it.
And
Tyler
Tyler
calls.
calls.
I'd like to see a 5 peel off here, to be honest.
5 would be a interesting turn card. We're gonna get a set. Ooh, I mean, on picks up a.
Yeah.
I mean, again, just on picks up a huge hand against the other 2 hands, open ended. All of his pair outs are live, and he can even. Oh man, a 5 would be brutal.
Brutal.
5 here would be pretty rough for Tyler.
And a lot of times that's what happens, but On, the good thing about On is he's not slowing down, so he goes ahead and puts in the 1.7. And Tyler's going to have to go all in, I think, to...
Yeah. I mean, he bets pot. It's a weird spot for Tyler. Might even fold here. It's just a really, really weird spot. I mean, On is repping exactly a set of 9s or some sort of huge like combo draw hand.
Right.
And Tyler knows even though he has 2 pair and a gutter, he's probably behind in equity or flipping in that spot. I mean, offsuit 7 is just was a huge card for On.
Yes.
What's fascinating about PLO, I don't think a lot of people realize, is it's easier when you're here and you're watching the cards and the screen and whatever, you know what everyone has, but the equity changes so quickly, and even a hand just like top pair no flush draw can have, or you can just have king high on an 8 high board and you can somehow have 38 or 40%, and people sometimes overfold flops a little bit. It is a little harder here in Texas because it's always multi-way and the stacks are always kind of shallow. So it's harder to just take one off and float to see it like a turn card that turns you the world, because you always know like all the money is going to have to go in at one point.
And you got people, I mean, you saw Tom the Bomb calling with draws that were no good and makes the only card that is good.
Yeah. Offsuit
equity
6.
with him was super low and he still just binks it off. So
Goes both ways.
the variance is
Tom
real.
the Bomb has 10-10-9-8, like the sand here, I think. Adams, I mean, considering what he's been playing tonight, a little bit out of line, but
Really, it is. My least favorite hand is King, Queen, low, low. I don't.
Trey calling with the 7 high rundown.
Tyler's gonna call.
Tyler peeling. I fold.
Some of the hands On folds are like.
I mean, again, is playing the wrong game. Got a Badoog.
Trey, yeah. Oh no, he doesn't have a Badoogie. That is typically not a good flop for Trey's hand.
Got the
But
King Jack 4, 2
What
hearts
is
hand.
Adams gonna do? Is
I
he
mean,
folding here?
Nah, I don't know.
What is Tom the Bomb? Tom's
I mean,
obviously not afraid to get
If
some
I
money in
know
with draws that are no good.
Tom the Bomb here, I don't think Tom the Bomb is gonna be folding.
He didn't. He
Does
put
not
it-
fold.
He found a call.
Does not fold here.
You know what I like too more so about PLO, at least on like if you're watching any stream. I mean, I don't watch a lot of PLO tournaments. Frankly, they don't air a lot of PLO tournaments.
Sure.
But you don't see the excessive tanking that you see in Hold'em.
Yeah.
You just they get down to it. It's like they make that decision and go.
Yep.
Oh, nice little turn for Tom, and Adams, and he's just going to take that one down. Yeah, I'm sitting on 6K.
Trey, Tom, Tower all having decent nights. Adams and Fireman Scott trying to rebound here a little bit. We lost one player against Seat Open. For anyone watching wants to come on down. Tad's been also, again, Tad had a reload too. Ran into the ultimate worst hand he wants to see, unfortunately. Just because, 4 of his outs are dead, and that's never great. Shout out to Ricky, powering out the downs here.
Yeah, phenomenal dealers.
Very dealer. Everyone here.
Everybody. I love the dealers. There's no weak spots. No weak
It's
spots.
varying levels, but no one is a weak spot here.
No.
It's good to know when you come to a game. Well, On is definitely not all in for $10, so
No, since he had 5.8.
I think unless they allowed him to rat hole 5K, I don't think he's all in for 10. But looks like Trey raising the ace 10-10-9. Don't like the Sand Tyler mystery cards.
He's calling 35. Little Friday night here at the Palms, just starting to heat up as we are filling in for Mike Jungblut, who's probably off doing some JV football somewhere, possibly varsity. I don't want to short sell him like that.
No, never. Mike's the best.
So
Mike is one of the best.
Mike will be back with us on Monday night. I'm sure they'll be alive at the Palms there. Back to Hold'em.
Trey betting the ace 10-10-9. Good hand to bet here. Blocks the nuts, obviously.
Yeah, nobody has anything.
Looks like we have a reload incoming. I think Yogi's just adding on here.
Oh, okay.
And again, this happens. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But once the stacks start to get bigger, people don't want to play shorter. People want to play a little deeper.
I'm torn on that. I actually had a conversation about this the other day about like deep playing because I don't play super deep all the time.
Sure.
And so it's not my, I feel, I guess the word is uncomfortable. I think you should play at your comfort level, but it's amazing how some people are so comfortable putting their whole net worth on the table.
Yeah.
But it happens here in Texas. They play deep.
Yeah, DPLO is really swingy. It's kind of tough to navigate because you really don't know where you're at, especially here where you're playing 3-way, 4-way, 5-way. Every pot is multi-way here at PLO. Like you're not heads up ever, so it makes things a little bit more. It makes things weird when you flop the second up flush draw with the gutter and a pair, and you're in a 5-way pot where the pot's already 2,000, and you only have 3,000 behind. It's like, well, you only have 3,000. Well, yes, when every pot's 5-way.
I've never won a flop. I've never won a pot with second nut flush. Never.
Yeah,
I get beat every time.
Some of these games, second nut flush draw is the nut flush draw.
Not when I play it.
Looks like I'm gonna open it here.
Fireman Scott found him one.
All right, nut ace. Can make a wheel, can make a straight. Half glass full back here in the commentary booth.
I particularly like these hands.
We flop
And he
comes
finds
9-9
the
queen.
trips.
Looks like Fireman Scott finally makes a hand. Flopping the trips.
And he checks. And that's his hand, too. He loves the nines. And you're checking. Setting the trap.
Turn 7. Everyone's dead. Would assume he's in a lead here. And
Everybody should be folding this one.
Yeah, it's just looks. Assume it's just gonna go fold.
He's just
On just has nothing.
He's gonna pick up the pot.
On gonna double check to make sure he's got nothing, but check again. One more time on. Realizes
Fireman netted a 10 there.
yeah, 10 would have made him some money. At least one street.
Where's Adams? Is he back? 2.1? I think he's... I don't
Yeah,
know what
Adams
he came
reloaded
in
and then won that pot afterwards.
Right.
Yeah, Yogi just reloaded, I think, a little bit as well.
a little streaky night here. Seeing a couple of guys go on some rushes, but it's not the complete level of craziness that we sometimes see on the PLO streets. Unless it's 8 or better limit, then there's not a lot of craziness.
Yeah. I heard that game was really good actually.
I
08
enjoyed the game to play.
Yeah.
But to watch, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I heard that game was from people who were watching it and some people playing it. Obviously, that that game happened to be really good. And
oh, you know one of the 13 people watching it?
What, the 08?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I happen to know one person watching. Happen to know a couple people playing it. But
Yeah.
again, everyone said that the game happened to be, really good, so it's good. Good thing there.
No, I enjoy the game. And one of the, just a shout out, one of the mixed game players here in Austin just finished, I think, 6th in a bracelet event this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a huge event. Up top was like 100, but, he picked up like 13K.
Oh,
or something
nice.
like
Good for who? Do you know who the?
His name's Chris.
Okay.
You know him. I mean, beard, long hair. Always plays the mixed
Oh,
games.
yeah. All
Always.
right, well, shout out to Chris. Nice little score.
Yeah. Large Austin contingent right now out in Vegas. More coming. The cavalry's coming.
Yeah, the Cavalry will be there. This is the week for Austin, it feels like.
For a lot of people we know, a lot of people
Yeah.
who we play with.
A lot
We got
of
the
people.
crew. The Big O crew is out there. I know one cobbler dog, David Solomon, was playing late in the Big O tournament last night.
Cobbler dog.
Trying to bag. I don't know how he did, but I get these reports every so often from Austin. But
Community is very intertwined here.
yeah, the Big O.
Oh, okay. Well, as we're talking, we got a big hand here.
Fireman Scott all in with the rundown.
Looks like
And
Tyler
Trey-
put in the
Trade 4-bet to just,
yeah,
I guess, to isolate.
I guess the ISO. Yeah.
Ace King 4-5. That's not what I 4-bet with, but more power to him.
Yeah, it looks like Tyler folded the Queen 10-3-3 with a suit. Good fold, Tyler.
Yeah, I mean, how you gonna go for 1,000 with that?
I've seen people put in 3K with a lot worse.
There's the 7. Does Scott have the 7?
So I forgot.
know.
I think he had 9-8-6-5. I think he had everything around the 7. Unfortunately.
Running it twice.
Okay, second board looks like a
There's
better
flop.
flop for Scott. Oh, I think Scott turns a decent hand here, and he bricks out.
Again.
I think the 8 might be good on the bottom though. Yeah, his pair is good on the bottom. I think they chop it up here.
Wow.
Getting in, chopping it up with the 9-8-6-5. Trey. One pair, and I mean that's what I mean. Like when people are calling or making decisions, is you watch the hands go to showdown, and that pot was 2,000, and somehow one pair won the top, and
One pair
pair of
won the
nines win the bottom. Nines and jacks. Sorry, but that's kind of what happens here. And when you're playing, when you get a little wide pre-flop
I
and
like
whatnot,
it. Scott loosening up. He's ready to go now.
and he's drinking a little bit. Seems as if everyone's having a good time.
Yeah, I don't want to assume that he's got an alcoholic beverage, but I typically don't pour my Cokes in a glass like that with ice.
Yeah, I don't think I'd use a plastic cup with some ice to drink a Coke,
The Dr. Pepper.
And that looks purple with a soup or something with cranberry.
He's got a UTI. He's got to run some cranberry through his system. He looks to be having a good time, though. I mean, he's, trust me, he puts in as many hands as anybody else in PLO in the Houston area, where in terms of number of tables, Houston is by far, I think, the biggest PLO room in the country.
Yeah, I mean
even over Vegas.
They get some insane. They get 10 tables of a single game. I mean, even in like at Borgata and Parks is where I used to play. It would take the tournament series to be out, or it would take 2 of the days of the week at Parks. They ran like promotions on Tuesday and Sunday, so they used to have like 8 5-5s, 5 10-10 hold'ems, 2 25-50s. At Parks, but it's something that have to be going on. This is happening every day in Houston, but.
Tyler, as we talked about it before, I believe they call that the dangler boat.
This is going to be a big hand here. Tad flopping trips with 3 overs, for sure not folding.
And dangler boat.
I mean,
Tyler.
Tad's never giving Tyler just the absolute.
No, he put him on aces, not 4 deuce.
He's going to put him on aces or. Yeah, I mean, this is just a brutal spot for
Nobody
for
else
Tad.
has anything, and Tad's gonna put it in.
Does Tad raise?
Yes.
Yeah, Tad's all in, and then he just snaps, and Tyler just shows him. He's just, hey, you got the nuts, man. You know?
Yeah, but he's in there. I mean, there's 3 overs that
Yeah.
Tad could hit to make a bigger boat.
Yeah, Tad
Probably running it twice.
doesn't have
That's
a lot.
one of them.
Oh, that's one of them right there. Yeah, queen 4. Needs a 7, 8, or a queen, right?
There's
And nope.
no.
No, chop it up. 4 deuce wins the top board. Or I'm sorry, queen 4 wins the top board. 4 deuce wins the bottom board. They're gonna chop it up here. Yeah, it's so sick. You know the guy's raising with the tight range, and you flop trips a 4, random 4, and then the guy just has it.
Still make a couple hundred in the pot because the pre-flop action.
Yeah, all the dead money. Yep. Going back to the chip counts again. Fireman Scott, Tad, Yogi, Adams all looking to kind of rebuild here. Even though Adams has 2K now in front of him, think he's even. Good for good. I mean, think he's even after that rough start, and then just super card dead, and got into that hand with Tom the Bomb.
Where he made it work.
Made it work. Made the 10-10-6-5 with diamonds work there.
5-5-10-20 on. Let's see what we get ourselves
5-5-10-20. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of been capped at the 20 so far. Not much craziness really going on here.
No, none. Which is kind of surprising because hell, most nights we get the 80s and the
160s, and it seems as if it's a little chill today.
And several of these players are not afraid to do that.
So you just talked about everyone at the table.
Yes. Well, I mean, I know you've dealt to Tad when we were doing round of $300 racehorses.
I was there.
So
that story was actually, Tad gave me one of my best tips of all time that day.
Yeah, I was there.
He was buried in, I think he turned 300 into 4,000 racehorsing or something, and
in 10 minutes.
In very short time, yeah, because the game broke and everyone was looking to get out and leave and stuff. And
I was okay doing the round of hundreds, and then I kind of reached my limit on the 3.
You're like, all right, 300s. I might have to skip out
on this one, guys. A couple of people with pairs here. Fireman Scott's leading. He finally picked up his 9s, so he does have a pair. Really no back doors here. Tyler's going to call with
a pair of 8s. All right, floating one off here.
Courtesy call.
I mean, and then just turns the deck. I mean, this is one of the best cards in the deck.
100%.
If I know Tyler, probably just going to lead here. Likes to lead these big equity hands. Don't blame him. It goes check on the turn a fair bit. Fireman Scott just puts his hands in the muck, but I think Fireman, I know he didn't have a great hand there, but I do think he should take a couple more seconds with each one of his decisions. He's kind of like, he's doing a lot of snap stuff. I mean, and he's had the best hand, every time, in a lot of these spots where people are leading into him and stuff. I know he's used to playing in Houston, but some of the people here are willing to mix it up here a little bit.
He's giving everybody a little too much credit.
Yeah.
But
people are going to be mixing it up.
It takes
here.
a minute. I mean,
yeah.
Even when I went out to Vegas here recently and played some PLO at the Wynn, there were some people that were playing pretty loose out there. It took me a second to adjust. Like, oh wow, you're ripping it in with bottom 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not. I'll adjust.
You always, once you see 1 or 2 hands of showdown, you start to get it. But it does suck when you see a hand or 2 at showdown, and like 4 hands ago you folded middle set to the guy when he potted the straight turn, and you're like, oh, you can just have like bottom 2 pair and a flush draw, and you didn't know that 3 hands ago, but you know that now.
You know what we're missing tonight? That's a staple here in the Austin community. It's the double board bombers.
Yeah, double board bombers. Yeah, we're missing those.
I think those are obviously some of the most misplayed hands in the.
I mean, all poker. I mean, some of the most misplayed hands.
Tom the Bomb, all hearts. Trey, he raised with the Jack 8-9. I love that hand.
Jack 8-9, yeah. Tom the Bomb calls, has a flush. Needs 1 more heart. We're gonna make a flush here. Yogi
That's
calls.
where that optimism
Got
comes in, man.
got a
Optimism.
5-way. Yeah, the optimism always.
Let's get a good action flop. Plenty of cards, plenty of low cards, so I think. Oh, well. Scratch that. What do you think this is a good spot for Trey to bet with the second nuts and the jack blockers for Broadway? I mean, I think even though it's not a great flop necessarily, I think he has enough of it to where.
It's on
since
Trey
he raised
right now,
pre-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He does
yeah.
that.
I mean, as in a raise pre, he should be the one with all the good hands on this board. Everyone else should kind of miss.
Yeah. Now,
he
Tom
bets
the Bomb has top
800 to
two.
1,000. He has 3 pair. Top 3.
Top 3. Well,
Might peel 1 here, I think.
Seen
Again,
where
it's
I've
a
seen
spot
that.
where it's just a spot where when he calls and the board pairs or more money gets entered, unfortunately his hand gets just kind of like put face up because Trey has 2 jacks, Trey has spades, so
and though the spades are not the nuts, which is always when this guy calls, when Tom the Bomb calls, and you're Trey, what are you putting this guy on?
yeah, I mean, I think right
Higher spades?
now I think Tom is
Set?
maybe queen eye spades, but I'm thinking he has like ace king or ace 10 queen with a gutter, has some hands here.
Oh,
and,
is that a good?
and
turn
then
card
just
for Tom?
hello, it rips it off. Would assume just Tom should just check here. I mean,
And he blocks every bigger boat.
yeah, Tom should just check. Trey's the one who can have aces. He's the one who can have kings. He really can't. He's just the one with calling in hand. So probably should just check and hope that Trey bets. But it looks like it goes check here, and River's gonna be an inconsequential
What
5.
about the Queen of Spades ripping off if it would have?
And I think if I'm Tom,
That's like 1600, right? Those are pinks. Pinks are 500 here.
that was weird. I think Tom didn't act yet. It didn't look like Tom acted yet.
If he checks,
So he
the action
checks.
has to stay, right?
Yeah, that money has to go back in the middle. So Trey's in a. I mean, I know this kind of looks crazy on TV, but I think this is a really good bluff. You're facing a triple check, or you're facing a double check, and then he didn't act on the river yet. Man, is he really gonna fold here?
I don't see how. I mean,
No, he calls. Okay, so he calls, and Trey's gonna put his hand in the muck.
yeah.
I mean, again, I really like Trey's bluff there. It looks kind of spewy, and his removal isn't the best, but we've already seen Tom like fold halfway decent hands already, and he is the only one. I don't think he's not getting exactly ace 10 to fold. I think he's exactly getting like a weak flush or
I think
or
a
whatnot.
weak flush.
Well, actually, he had a flush, so actually that was
Trey has a flush.
it wouldn't make sense because he beats all the lower flushes.
Right.
Maybe if he is targeting exactly like ace 10 and queen eye flush, probably not the best bluff, but I like the spot. I like to go for it there. The only person who can have the absolute nuts, and he's facing triple check. So
Yeah, I think the triple check plays into it, right? I mean, why does somebody check a boat 3 times?
yeah, check, and then checks
I mean,
again.
why does he check the boat on the turn?
I think the turn check is fine. I think the river check is a little. I
No.
mean, if you're checking the river, you're definitely not checking the fold ever, right? So it's like
Right.
when he checks and
That's
and
what I'm
Trey
saying.
puts in 2,000, it's like, all right, well,
I
this is
lead
why I'm
river
here.
when Trey checks the turn. I lead river.
Yeah,
After it goes check and then Trey checks, with a boat, I lead the river.
yeah. I think checking might be better,
It turned out to be
just
very
because
good.
when you know someone is going to be bluffing more often than just having like really good hands, like Trey's definitely more capable. He's not just gonna have like good hands only. He's going to mix it up. He's going to be bluffing. He's gonna put people in some tough
You
spots.
know what though? I think if he played more PLO, he would do less of it because that's a spot where you can get more creative in Hold'em. Hold'em lends itself to creativity in making bluffs and stuff like that. But PLO, man, they just have too many damn hands.
Yeah,
They have it. If you don't have it, they got it.
yeah. I think he's just trying to get a hand to fold that doesn't really ever fold.
It's tough to
Unfortunately,
do.
he only gets a queen eye
How
flush
many
to fold.
times have you had the nuts fold to you? I've bluffed into the nuts many times, and I'm over.
Yeah, I think I'm 0 for 2. 0 for 3, 0 for 4. I meant 0 for.
100.
I meant 0 for as well. I should say.
0
Make it
for
less
life.
confusing. I might be. Yeah, I'm definitely 0 for life.
This isn't Molly's game where they fold the nuts
Yeah.
because you made a big bet.
I have quads. You have a straight flush. Here it's top 2. All the money. All right, well, we had a call. Looks like Tad raised, and then Yogi's in a 3-bet. Loved his hand. The 10-9-8-7 rundown. On in a weird spot. 7-6-6-5. His hand should just go into the muck, I think, versus 3-bet out of position.
And he does.
On is a pretty. On is smart. On is a smart player.
He had me on tilt the other day.
On
Yes.
has me on tilt every day.
So I
All
had a
right, looks like
monster.
we're gonna call. Gonna go heads up finally to a flop.
Tad and Yogi.
Tad, well, I can bet you a lot of money that Tad is not ever, and I mean repeat ever, going to fold this hand
And
ever.
Yogi's hit some straight.
Yogi hits a
pair.
straight and 2 pair. I think in the check line he's got to peel 1 time. Yep, I think that's Tad's way more capable. Tad's capable. He could definitely be bluffing here with just a blocker or some blockers like 2 kings with the spade.
Board pair.
Board pairs.
No, this is gonna slow Tad down, but it goes check.
It goes
check.
check. I think that's a good check from Yogi.
Yeah, I mean, as
He checked flop and then he calls the turn. So like when he bets the river, he has exactly
a 5,
a 10-5,
yeah.
9-5. It's just not many hands. And he's a 3-better pre, right? So if he flopped a set of 10s or a set of jacks, he might have just bet the flop himself and he
Yes.
checks. So nice hand, Tad. Again, rebounding a little bit. Yeah.
Man, you put a lot of thought into this, man.
Hey, man.
I pegged you as much dumber than this.
No, man.
I'm sorry.
It's gotta come out a little bit. I gotta give the people something to talk about, you know?
We got 25 watching.
Hey.
Stop. Halfway to 30. Come on. No, I'm sorry. That's more than halfway to 30.
All right, well,
I'm sorry.
guys, we're gonna forget. Matt said that math.
Math's math.
That math was not working.
Shout out to Flower Bluff High School, baby. Corpus Christi, Texas.
Shout out to William Floyd, Long Island, New York, all the way out in Mastic Beach.
Woo. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Anthony's from the Hamptons, while we slummed it up in Corpus.
Not the Hamptons.
Oh, I'm sorry. West Hamptons.
West Hampton, the worst of the Hamptons.
Somebody folded kings.
Who folded kings?
I saw it.
No, you didn't. That's got to be some sort
There's
of lie.
Tyler. Tyler's had 7s 15 times tonight. Right here's the set. Let's go, Tyler. One time.
A tower raises.
Setty.
Tad had a 7. Gonna be hard to hit a 7 here, but Yogi folds. Adams 3 bets the Jack 9-8-8. Like it, double suited. Tyler's gonna take one off.
I love it. Tyler's not afraid to put money in.
Tyler's definitely not afraid. Not one who's afraid to put money in. That is for sure. Gonna go to the flop. Ace 10 6 2 hearts. Looks like Adams flops a pretty big hand. Heads up here.
But you really, man, I hate when the Jack high flush is just so bad.
Yeah, I mean heads up. It's way better.
It is,
It's,
and he had the gutter, so
yeah, he got some possibilities here. Heads up. It's your non-nutted draws become.
I bet it
a lot
just
better.
to see what the flop.
Yeah.
Just to see what my opponent.
Well, yeah,
does.
your non-nutted draws, heads up are obviously like way
What's
more
funny is
feasible.
now on is seemingly folding way more than calling, and before he was in call mode.
Wait a minute. You think Anna's got the keys on? Got the caution tape up already? It's early.
It's getting a little dusty on that
Getting
stack.
dusty. Get the cobweb up on. Come on. We all know you can gamble.
Well, yeah, 100%. See a big one between on and
Who's-
the bomb.
I think who's the most likely? You think to? I think Trey, Tad, and On. I think the trio. I think I'd see the most to be all in. Adams with the King 7-3 deuce, gonna go right in the muck.
Trey, Tad, Tyler. I mean, Tyler will mix it up.
Tad gonna open, and we have a real hand here. Aces 9-8 on the button.
Comes in for the
Yogi,
75. Yogi
two
with kings.
kings.
Tyler's in for 10, so he's in for 70.
And on
And
mystery
he does have a
hand.
suited ace.
He does. Fireman Scott looks like gonna take one off here.
And he's got the queens.
Got 2 queens, a lot of purse.
We got set over. Can we go set over set right here? Is that a possibility? No. Yogi.
Yogi.
Finds it.
And what's super gross here is
He's got
Tad
the-
might even bet here because he has the ace of spades.
Right. Yogi has the flush draw with
I think
it.
if I'm Yogi, I might just call. I don't think I'd raise here. You're really not dodging anything. Or maybe he, yeah, I don't know. I just think against Tad, I think you want to just call. These again, when people are more willing to bluff than others, you want to just do more calling so you can just allow them to keep putting in more money.
Right.
In this spot, when it goes bet raise and Tad has the ace of spades, like they're not deep enough to really do much. Yogi does not have 250 behind. Yogi does have, it looks like 1,000 behind. But even if like Tad calls and like the turn comes a spade, like it's not like he's ever gonna get him to fold
You
a
take
spade.
one off with aces here?
No, just fold. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm saying like once you're facing the raise, now Tad can't put any more money. He's only can put in money with his really good hands, and then you just don't give him the ability to bluff a spade or bluff a board pair like a 4 or 3 for protection or whatnot. But anyhow, it's still a nice hand from Yogi.
Very nice.
Especially-
it's always good when you make top set with that back door, or not
Yeah.
even back door, with the
Front door flush draw, yeah.
yeah,
Made a big
as
hand.
backup.
Yeah. King second nut flush draw is back up, yeah. Everyone on the phone.
No, Trey's got him a snicker.
Trey's in it to win it.
Getting a little sustenance.
Game's easy when you flop quads and get paid by one pair, you know?
I don't. I mean, that's the
I
thing.
wish I knew too, yeah. Imagine having an image like that.
Adams lets go of the vaunted deuces.
Tad gonna call here,
Tad
2
will-
queens.
He's just calling. Yogi's gonna call. Tyler call. Oh no, Yogi.
It looks like
went
it'll be
to 50.
erased.
Tyler
At the
call.
king jack at J.
I like Tyler's hand here. Suited ace. On. Queen jack 10.
I'm gonna squeeze the queen jack 10-7.
Mr. Squeeze.
Don't like the 7 very much, but
No. And the funny thing is every time on is 3-bet, it's always been with trash. And I wouldn't call this trash, but it's always never ahead.
again, we can see the cards too, and against these 2 hands, his hand is just not in any sort of good shape here.
No. It's, I mean, wow, it's just horrible. So Tyler flops top 2. Yogi's got a gutter.
Yogi's got a
And
gift.
On also has a gutter. Yogi has one of the kings. Tyler bets 690.
Yeah, I would say Tyler just leads.
Yeah, I would too. would've
Yeah,
protected my
I
hand.
think this board gets checked around a little bit too, and Tyler just doesn't want to see a
Exactly.
lot of bad turns for Tyler. Really,
Any
like
face card turn is
any
bad.
face card, and a lot of turns just give him a lot of equity, and yeah.
Yeah, any one that comes like a heart or a club, give somebody that flush draw. I'm still thinking it over. I mean, he just has a 10 with a gutter.
Yeah, On's just thinking, if I raise here, can I ever get, if I raise here, do I ever get Tyler to fold?
The answer is no.
Yeah, obviously the answer, we both know the answer is very much a negative, but
Hell no. If
Very-
Yogi puts it in the muck fairly quickly.
very
we'll just
much
move
a
on to the next
negative.
hand. Which we did.
and we're gonna move on to the next hand. Nice hand, Tyler, winning a decent sized pot there. Tom the Bomb leading the way, followed by On and Tyler.
Tom with that sweet boat.
Yeah, Trey has lost a little bit since that hand. Been involved with some big ones. if you're gonna run pure, you want to do it tonight.
Yeah.
Ain't that for sure?
In the biggest spots, man. I always run super pure when I have $80 and I get it in bad. That's when I run pure.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like
I've given you a
$320.
few of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember one time playing 1-2 PLO. You put it in with like the 8-7-7 deuce 3-way for like 210.
Got
Just
it.
whatever. Flop
8.
7-3. It was like 7-3-10. Turn 7.
Sometimes I just stop playing them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, hey, we all got a point where we wanted to start putting in chips. And,
Speaking of the 7, the hilarious thing.
hey, 7-7-6 deuce. It was close. Adams Colimps got a raise from Tad.
I was on the table the other night. I was playing fairly tight. I mean, every big hand I had got crushed.
Yeah.
And then the only hand I choose to try and give away $600, absolutely terrible. The deck won't let me give it away. Rescues
Yeah,
me.
it's got to get rescued.
It's unbelievable. I'm like, I played good all night, never could hit anything. Now I'm trying to give away this last 600 to go home, and the deck wouldn't let me.
Yeah. Sometimes the deck just doesn't let anyone go home.
No.
Sometimes it sends you out the door. Sometimes it doesn't let you leave. That's just
Fairly
it.
bad flop. Trey's probably gonna bet with top pair. I don't know. Check.
Towsley ties in a bet here. Got an 8 queen high blocker. Trey definitely not folding this hand. Definitely gonna call with an ace. Can rep a flush. And I mean, this is exactly what Trey calls for. This turn, barring a board pair. Yeah. So I think he checked the king because king gives him like just enough showdown value against Tad's check range that he can.
Yeah.
That doesn't have to turn his hand into a
Well,
bluff
he's almost
anymore.
sure he doesn't have a flush after Tad checks back on the turn.
Yeah. It's always good when you're playing a table with people who have 5 people here have an aggression frequency over 30, and it's normally good when that happens because once people start to check,
They don't have it.
their checking range becomes a little bit unprotected. And what that means is that when they check, they're geared to whatever side of the coin. So some guys might always check back the nuts because they're trying to trap you, and some guys are just like not checking a flush there ever.
I never check back the nuts in PLO because I don't feel that it's a very bluffy game. So people typically, I want to just get the value I can if somebody has a hand that they have to call with, because they will check back way too much.
In the smaller games, there's not really much bluffing, and people do a lot of checking back.
Yes.
With hands that like should bluff and whatnot. It's always fascinating. Like when River goes check, and you're like middle 2 on like a 3 straight 4 flush run out, and you're like, and they're like, yeah, you win.
It's
You're like,
good.
wait, how do you check? And I have a hand that ever beats your hand, Anyway, Yogi raising it up here. The ace, queen, 9, 7, 2 clubs. Fireman Scott putting his muck. Adams calls.
Adams coming in. I love that hand.
That's a nice hand. Queen, Jack 10.
10.
Rainbow or whatever. Can still make some straight sets. 3 bets. I like this. I like this a lot.
Me too.
I like the 3 bet here. Yogi gonna peel one off here for 200. We are heads up. See what the flop brings. Gonna have a decent flop for Adams. I mean, Yogi definitely not gonna. I don't think Yogi's gonna fold this flop. It has a gutter.
Because I think Adams is going to make a substantial.
He has a gutter. He has a 8, two double gutter and a backdoor club draw. I highly doubt Yogi's gonna fold. I mean, his hand, he could pick up a lot of equity on the turn here. It says 18% there.
That's not one of the.
And
equity cards.
just right away,
Yogi.
making the nuts. You gotta
Yes.
pay attention, man.
My bad. I did not notice that.
Did not see the
I was
nuts
looking at that
made.
Ace queen. Oh, here he
Oh,
comes.
and Adams. I mean, you know what? And now Adams just trying to make a move here, and
It's not going to work.
it's not gonna work here. He has a decent hand to do it with, but
He needs an ace or a 9 in the worst way, and Yogi has 2 of
just
them.
needs an ace or a 9. He's got 2 of the outs. Yeah, we're running the one time, and what is the river? We got an offsuit 6 or 3. Apologize, and Yogi's gonna take that down with the 9-7.
Ooh, that double gutter, man, and that was
Yeah.
the hidden one.
I mean, yeah,
That was the hidden.
if he turns a hand like if he turns a card like the 3 of clubs, his call seems bad on the flop with just a double gutter. But when he turns the 3 of clubs in PLO, immediately turns a 35% equity hand or whatnot. So
Right.
kind of can't hard to not peel the flop there,
That was super hidden.
especially
though.
when both
That
their
little
gutters
eight
make the
was
nuts.
Super hidden.
Yeah, both his gutters make the nuts too. It's it's kind of hard to fold that hand on the flop to one bet. And you know what? Also, it's like when you're Adams in this spot, right? It's I've been patient all night. I 3-bet finally. I flop a good hand, and it's like, am I gonna get the credit? Get the credit of just having like a really good hand, but sometimes in PLO you're just gonna run into a hand that no matter what that guy did or what your image is or whatnot.
Yeah, it's just
that other guy's hand is just not going to lay it down.
No, on the flop he is peeling he's gonna peel the turn. He has to see it, and then
Yeah.
it's just the best card you can possibly see if you're Yogi. Just the absolute hidden nuts with the 9-7, and if Yogi hits. I mean, even if he hits the 3 of clubs, I know he's picked up a lot of equity, but he can still get away from that with an all-in bet like
Oh, yeah.
he faced.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
again, you're pretty much 0 for life when you're trying to get the nuts to fold.
Yeah.
And it's just, you don't think they have the nuts.
I think I can confidently say I haven't done well when I bet and someone has had the absolute best hand at that given time. Normally,
I'm a little disappointed in Max tonight. Just a couple bullets and-
one bullet and leave, or 2
Gone.
bullets and leave. Yeah,
That's
a
not
little
like
different from
Max.
Max. Yogi definitely not going to fold this hand. The Queen Jack 10-9, rainbow or not, still a good hand.
Everybody loves that hand. I can never hit it. I love it as well. but
Yeah,
I
every
never
time
hit
I
it.
raise with aces, the board comes Queen Jack 10, and then every time I raise with Queen Jack 10-9, the board comes Ace 3-5. That's normally how it goes. Fireman Scott making this one a fold. Tom the Bomb just
Is he
calling
gonna
the.
fold?
See, huh?
So you gonna fold? Ace, queen.
No, but he just calls here.
Oh, trying to set the trap.
It's a little bit, and this is what we were talking
Dangerous.
about. We were talking about earlier. This too, right? When you're playing like really deep and you're out of position against someone who's never folding to a 3-bet. We're playing 2-5-10. We're 400 big blinds effective to start this hand. It's kind of these games just get kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I would assume Yogi best to flop. Again, he can turn the actual world here. I mean,
100%.
7, 9, 10, Jack, Queen. They all give him the world. He peels up one off with the aces, and again, here it is.
And it's a heart. I mean,
Heart comes, but yeah, I think Tom's definitely gonna bluff this here. That was the
with
plan.
The ace of hearts.
Has the ace of hearts, is definitely gonna go for it here. Bets 300.
Like the dry guy creativity.
Like the dry guy, and Yogi. Yeah, Yogi just gives him no
I mean,
credit.
Yogi turns a bunch of draws that may never ever be good.
Well,
if he
and
has
that's
a
just the worst heart. I mean, he has a heart. Like if he checks him, he's gonna get bet into. Yogi's gonna probably bet the turn when checked too, but
when you get bet into and you have.
But I
every
mean,
draw is can
yeah, can be
not
dead.
be what's currently out there. I tend to fold those way
Yeah.
more. I better know the guy very well.
Tom really hasn't shown the propensity to
And-
be aggressive. So, Yogi's probably looking at the spot and just saying, really haven't seen this guy get
Yeah.
too out of line. He's called down really light so far, but he
I'll
really
pick a better spot.
hasn't been aggressing very much, and I'm just going to
We got it. Live 40.
think we're just going to relinquish. All right, here we go. First left 40 of the night. Going to be on first. Maybe we see a little 80 ball. Maybe a little live 80.
The funny thing too about that last hand was Tom actually had the best hand when he was betting.
Yeah, when he was
did have
bluffing.
aces.
Yeah. Yeah,
Really good.
it's a weird spot on those boards, right? The Queen 8-5 Queen 8-5 flush draw, because normally your opponent just has like one pair or
Right.
nothing, just like ace high. So it's like even though you're bluffing a heart, you can just have the nuts. So Fireman Scott
calls
gonna
80.
call the 80. Yeah, I'm putting the live 80 on. We got a quadruple straddle on.
I would have
technically.
raised the 8-8-6.
I think I would have raised there too. Tyler completes,
course.
and On's gonna look down at Queen 9 deuce.
He's
Would
probably gonna raise.
not be shocked if On put in a raise here to 320
No.
or 300. The problem is that Scott doesn't have a lot of chips.
Squeezes more than anybody.
I mean, did he squeeze? Yeah, I mean, if I'm Scott, I know the spot's insanely dumb, but I think I just put it in. Oh, he calls. All right. Yeah, calling a little ambitious.
I mean, I want to rip or for.
Yeah, you don't generally want to put in like a third or a fourth of your stack, and you have to fold like all the flops, especially in PLO where like the SPR is always going to be like 1 or 0.5, and it's like, no, and then on just flops top set, he doesn't have enough money on checks. Like an on check actually, because he's short anyways. He knows he's never folding. So potentially just gets Fireman Scott to maybe bluff or try to go at it. I mean, Scott just does not have enough money to do anything.
Is there a card, Scott? Oh, the
9. A 9 would. Oh no, yeah, exactly a 9 would give him a straight. But I mean, this hand's probably over. Yeah, and again, this is like the reason. This is also part of the reason why when you're short, you want to play less speculative hands like this as calls, and that's because now when you get to the flop where your opponent clearly does not have a very good hand on the texture, you can't really do anything. You can't bluff. You can't put any more chips. You don't have it. There's not enough to make that guy fold. At any point that Scott puts in the chip, On is never folding, even on the turn. On the
What
turn,
about
Jack.
the river?
Well, the river. I mean,
On has top set or middle. It's not even top.
the
set,
river is very. The river's weird, right? Because Scott's never jamming a flush on the river. Or jamming a straight on the
Straight?
river. Would he just bet the turn? Like, what straights does he even have that?
Broadway.
What hands does he have on the flop that don't just want to get it in when you have 420 behind, you have 880
4
to make...
big cards.
Yeah, I
Besides
mean-
the queen.
Yeah, but that's a full wrap. The hand just goes in.
Oh, we are welcome.
We are welcome
Joined in the booth by Mike Jungbutt.
by the best.
Ready to shout, I guess. Okay.
That was the Lake Travis.
We won. We won! We kicked their ass. No, we didn't kick those Titans, so. But for the parents, I know they're through the roof happy. So
Good.
I'm ready wherever you guys are.
Yeah,
Whoever
sure.
wants to stay, whoever wants
No.
to.
Please step
I
in.
will.
In.
All right, guys. The rookie is leaving. Jamoke
Yeah.
Kid is getting out of here.
Thank you, Anthony.
Gonna wish everyone on stream good luck, and I'm gonna welcome in Mike, get him settled in.
Let's do it.
Just as On picks
We're
up
gonna have to
aces.
get Caught up on this.
Just as on picks up the aces.
Single suited though.
Next. Okay. All right. Now we're stepping from one arena to the other. So,
Any adjustment time, or you can just move.
no, yeah, or just
between
pick it up.
space? Yeah. that's
Tad's
fine.
gonna rip it here. It looks like for 960.
I think
Tyler,
he's gonna get called by On. What do you think?
that's
What's your prediction?
pretty much a certainty. As Ace Queen Queen 8 with the Ace Queen of Hearts. Tyler,
Tyler wants to play his hand too for the straights, and his flush is dead.
it's one of those kind of hands where I think like he looks at if I'm up against a big pair at least.
Yeah.
I'm probably not sharing any cards with anybody. Unfortunately, is sharing, the fact that Tad's got the
He
queens.
makes it. Wow. Good luck.
I'll probably turn your gain up so you're up just a little bit louder. So now on, if this is the dead raise, I don't know if he can push right back in over the top because by our numbers it looks like it's about 460 to.
No, he's all in.
Oh, okay. So
Tyler's not folding once he puts in the 1,000. It's a big pot.
this
Anyways,
is big one here on.
Tyler puts it all 2.5 or 2.8 with Queen 10-9-6 with no live flush draw. Queens are dead. Tad's got those covered. On just has the aces. Can Tyler find some straight? Some 2-pair combination? We're going to see.
All right, we've got a
King 10 deuce.
Jack makes it here.
Queen 9 is good.
Ace
He's going to
que-
beat. Queen 9 is good.
Ace Queen going to be good for the high end of it here
Oh,
for
that's-
Tad. Queen 9 going to take the other side for Tyler, and
Right.
Crickets here for On.
That
This is a
true.
cruel game sometimes.
Oh. The worst.
The
Nice little side pot. I mean, I think Tyler makes money there. Yeah, I mean, he does. 1,600.
Yeah, neither play with a spade combo that they could draw to either. So, oh goodness gracious, I popped in at the right time here. It looks like.
Yeah, that was one of the bigger hands of the night so far. 3-way all in. It's a nice little run out for Tad.
Got to load up the chat here. Apparently, I was the only guy in the chat here for a stretch. So that, all right. It's a Friday night here. I invite you to like and subscribe. Trying to get up here to about like 1,000 subscribers. Sitting pretty at about 731. Fix some things up on our technical side of things that I think are going to lead to, a pretty crisp and clean streaming product in the future. So excited to see where we go from here, because some small stuff that we needed to take care of, and I think once we've gotten that squared away, it's full speed ahead, Matt.
I hope so.
Gosh, I'm the same here.
I'm a big fan of the stream. I mean, I love the fact that Palms is willing to put some other games out there besides Hold'em. I think there's a large community for those. We'll
Time will tell.
Yeah.
Like, it's, I think there's more that's going to be done on my end as far as, getting more highlight videos so that we can kind of reach the PLO community. I think we just kind of need to wait for a point of stability to be like, okay, start to finish, we're rocking and rolling. And there's my guy, Fireman.
I mean, honestly, I think some of these smaller little technical difficulties have been shored up. And now it's just going to be...
build the audience, build the games, build the right personalities, and we knew this was going to take time, and now that Hustler's doing their thing, and with the $500,000 head start on everybody and dancing around like it's a very LA thing, because you have the Dodgers with the highest payroll in the league, and stomping their feet like they've accomplished something, and I'm like, hey, it's a great product, but don't fucking kid yourself here. Like, you guys are operating on a massive advantage, and now we all got to adjust to put out something fantastic. We got to set Jackson a flush draw here for Adams.
Yeah. On has actually put in some money tonight with just one pair, so I don't know. I mean, I think he would normally fold this, especially to Adams, who at some point had the lowest VPIP, so he wasn't putting it in light most times.
That's kind of the way to do it, though. Pot Limit Omaha is the optimal strategy. Just put it in bad, run good.
That is the
way.
I don't know if optimal is the right word, but that is the best way. That is the best way to run. If you're doing that, you're going to make a lot of money, because it seems like all the better hands want to call you, and if you're just running pure, you're just going to get there on them and take it down.
So as we continue on live at the Palms, we're taking this till I think like 11:30 tonight, if I'm not mistaken. We started at like 7:30 or so.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long it's supposed to go.
Yeah, hopefully a ton of action here as we continue throughout the night. And follow Fireman Scott at Fireman_Scott99 here on Instagram. You can follow us, Palms Social 512. I just got myself back here from a volleyball match. Reason why I couldn't be here from the start. Our team winning tonight in a big matchup between two of the elite teams in this area. So I apologize. Couldn't be here from the duration of it, but we got a lot of hands to step on in to be able to bring the heat behind the mic. So Trey with a pretty little hand. Ace Jack 10-5 double suited. Adams, two pairs in his hand, 7-7-4-4, King 8-6-6. So we go out the Queen 3 board. And we will probably get... it is going to be Adams that will just go ahead and take a stab at this. And it's going to get the crowd to fold out. Wow. So I'm getting myself... I was just driving, hustling right back here from LT just to get here to finish off this show. It's been a while since I could kind of be back here on the mic, so we're happy to be rocking and rolling. I got producer Sonny, Q running the action tracker. Our boy Uncle Sam, as always, behind the scenes, keeping things straightforward. Matt taking a little bit of breather back here. I think these guys realize how hard it is to go from start to finish for 4 hours, so... All right, let's move on here to the next hand. Well, that's a pretty good PLO lineup for the most part. Some of our usual faces that we've seen amongst the PLO streets. And let's see where the night takes us, shall we? Oh, there are a couple of promotions. We had our first free roll last night. A pretty nice turnout, over $3,000 in the prize pool. Congratulations here to the players that filled on that. We will have that again yet next week here with another $1,500 added to the prize pool. Be on the lookout for that here at Palm Social. We've got our high hand of the hour happening. Trey has picked up aces, so Fireman Scott going to be in for 385 with a hand to be determined. Trey had started this again with ace 8 doubles with single suit of the ace 8 of hearts. Tyler, kind of a junky hand, but semi-playable, but I think this may become too expensive of a price to carry on with this, so we'll see if he decides to back out of the way. And I think we are going to go heads up here between Trey and Fireman Scott. Invite you to join us here in the discussion here in the chat. Leave us a comment if you're watching on the archive. And let's load this up here. Aces versus Jack 9-4 is going to come out a heart draw. Jack 9 drawn live to a straight is going to hit a 6. Looks like here on this first run out, we are going to go with the second time. Now here for Fireman Scott trying to stay in the mix. We have got old diamonds. I don't know if Fireman Scott had 2 diamonds. Is a 9-ball and then another 9er. So, okay, so he's got 9s full of 4s on the second board. And aces going to take the first one. Choppy. And we'll share whatever a little bit is in there. So we'll carry on here live at the Palms. Mike Gembla, the dude talking back here in our luxurious studios. Sequestered away here on the Felt of Dreams. Again, built by Texas Poker Supply. The best in the business, making custom-made tables. You don't even need an RFID table. You want to get yourself a cool little table for home game. Or if you yourself have the dream of opening the 8,000th poker room here in the state of Texas, maybe Texas Poker Supply is the way to go. I tease. There is a very competitive landscape and environment around these streets, so Texas Poker Supply right there in the middle of it is... Wow, what a weekend. We got Texas OU tomorrow, Iowa, Penn State in a battle of top 5s. We invite you to come out here to Palm Social, enjoy yourself some college football. Because last time I checked, it is 9:59, and OU still sucks. I am not sorry to the Oklahoma users that we just drove away. So Yogi here now with a $75 open off the appears to be the $20 straddle. Tyler here with a very standard 3-bet with ace 7-5 and the ace 5 of hearts. Yogi actually with the hand that draws relatively decently against Tyler's hand. And we are going to go heads up. Top set here for Tyler. A gut shot and a club draw now here for Yogi. Is going to be a bet. Now here with Tyler with top set. And Yogi deep at 3.5K. I want to bones his buddy. It's just a terrific player. And like surprise, going to make a call and bring out the 5-ball here on the turn. So almost 3-1 advantage now for Tyler. Yogi now here going to be faced with a high price to continue. Probably will be at least near. Yep, it will be a pot-sized bet here for Tyler. And this is one of those spots here for calling 1.2K. You build up a pot of about 3.6, and then, I mean, do you really have the ability to get paid off if you do hit a card drawing to a non-nut flush with, I mean, maybe a queen for Yogi would give him the capability, but I think there would be so many hands that Tyler would perceive that any pink card that comes that is not a jack that would feel would be very bad for him. So now the decision here for 1.2K here to Yogi. And he will find the fold button here as... Yeah, that's one time where it is auto mash pot button. And Tyler electing to do so here. Live at the Palms, Mike Youngblood, the dude talking. Here with you at one of the best places to play Pot Limit Omaha in the great city of Austin, Texas. Palm Social, and we got a couple of games going on. I think I'm opening up my Tempest Portal app. Looks like we've got 2-5 game happening, also a 1-3 game happening here at this hour. Very solid night for us here at Palms. So we've got a dealer change. Change things up. So, well, good to see Fireman Scott again. Gave him a big old hug before hopping on into the booth. Did a 3 or 4 PLO episodes back on the old show. Including the longest one I have ever done in my life. The longest broadcast in history was just over 7.5 hours of PLO. So I had not seen Scott then. And I hung out a little bit during the time he got an Airbnb here amongst the city. Got to know him a little bit. We had a very fun time at the Airbnb. Nothing crazy or wild, but just the opportunity to get to know somebody just a little bit better. And we do have links in the description here to Fireman Scott's vlog and Instagram. I've actually got to edit that because that link did not work. So, see Tad getting a massage there from Texas Royal Touch. You can follow him on Instagram at Texas Royal Touch for $1.50 a minute. Yeah, my back is kind of cranky that I should be actually calling on her right now. Good Lord. Tyler with a big hand. Ace, King, King, Jack with the Ace, King of Hearts. On here with the 10-8-7-4 is not deciding he wants the ISO. And I don't know how effective that's going to be as Adams deciding. Okay, wait, that's. There's somebody else who overcalled out of the blind, so. Some very big stacks here for PLO. All right, so we are going to update our action track because I thought I saw there was Adams calling out of the small blind, but it was ace 3-3 deuce with the ace deuce of diamonds. All right, here we go. Is going to come out a heart draw now here for Tyler, also with the kings. Wynn has got a 10 high heart, so could find himself getting wrecked here soon. He might find an ability to be able to get away from this at some point, but it's also every player's got their own different philosophy as far as with, you know, non-premium flush draws of how to do it. We'll see if Hahn decides he wants to keep going here. All right, here we go. We are going to get it in. Oh, it's trip sevens for On with a 6 on the river. Oh, goodness gracious. On getting very lucky there in that spot. His hearts weren't live. He did have a straight draw to a 6. So turn trips and then makes an 8 high straight. And he's going to scoop this massive pot here on Live at the Palms. And we will count out the dollars so that they make sense. And yet again, I'm not here for too long, and all of a sudden we've got some of the biggest pots of the night. Pick it on up and move it to the next hand. And it's getting open here on Saturdays. I was here actually until about 4 a.m. last Saturday. Both me and Tony dealing big hold'em game. We had a pretty good 1-3 game go on until about midnight or 1 on Saturday. So, you know, you always want to know what's happening here. You can check us out of the Tempest Portal app and get yourself on the list in any of our cash games. Again, free rolls happening Thursday. So by the looks of it, we will have a couple of straddles out here as the 20 and the 40 being put on. Corey DeVillier here in the chat. Toasty Tony is a great asset. Keep him close like butter. Keep toast. I agree. Like butter. All right, let's do this here as... So we must be going like 2-5 or 5-5 here this evening, right? Missed deal. We'll try that one again. So I believe we've got Ladies' Night coming up soon yet again. Had the couple of features on some of the women on the table in our last 2 highlight reels that have dropped here. Invite you to check that out. And we've got to straddle all the way around to Fireman Scott to at least like 120, I think it looks like. Got to be a healthy number by the time you get around to his spot on the table. So $155 straddle going to be put out, and we will see if anybody hops at the chance to try to go for it. It's nothing but crap, nothing but junk, nothing but absolute trash until you get around to On's 10-9-8-6. I had Bones make an argument to me that I think without the 7, sometimes these hands are kind of crap. I don't necessarily agree with that line of thought. But, I mean, it does limit the potential of this kind of hands you can hit. So, Mr. Fireman Scott going to try to rebound here. Hopefully find himself a winner. It's a big drawing card now. And a 7. And I think he's going to win it with ace-king high. Fireman Scott's going to get the dub here with ace-king high. Pair of jacks on board. Win goes completely unpaired across the board. And it is going to be a scoop city here for our boy Fireman Scott. Really the only PLO vlogger out there in the biz. Now, sometimes we'll get some PLO hands, but and it looks like he is going to start to be a part more of the vlogosphere again. So looking forward to seeing some more content being put back out there, son. Boom. I think Toasty Tony went back out there in the felt to play, so appreciate both him and Mr. Myers holding down the fort for me. Gonna go back around the table is Tyler now going to put in a raise up here to 245 and he's got the suited king 7 of spades, the king 10 7-6. Tom the Bomb gonna call with a hand that we do not know yet quite yet, so Queen 10 8-4 double suited for Yogi, and Tom the Bomb's hands ace queen jack 7 with a queen 7 of diamonds. All right, there we go. 6 high flop does not really hit anybody. Is going to be top pair on the board, I guess, for Tyler, which on a 6 high board inspires no confidence, but 9 ball here rattles off. Is going to turn a spade draw for Tyler. Also with a gutter ball here to an 8. Yoki here with a gutter ball to a 7. And off we go. Tyler making the bet, and we'll clear out the field, and we'll go try to recover some money here that has been splashed around during some of this. All right, let's do the next hand here. Palm Social, Mike Emblet with you, Dude Talk, and you can follow me at Hoops Mike on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, there's like baseball going on here too. It's a perfect time. We got Texas OU, you got college football, baseball playoffs, the Astros taking care of them, White Sox. Looks like Boston came back here on the Rays here today, and Giants and Dodgers. That game going on as we speak. Big correlation between baseball fans and Pot Limit Omaha fans. I've noticed this. That's probably why, audience numbers down a little bit here tonight. I was just watching baseball. Okay. Down here with the ace king at 9 at 3 double suited. We're going to at least have 5-way action here between... Oh, good. Is there like a legit hand? I guess I like Adam's hand. Ace 10, 7, 6 double suited. And there you go. Flop straight here for Adams with the nut flush draw. Not much else happening for anybody else, I guess. Tad has got top pair, so he can run out a boat, I guess. And 2 pair here for win. With a redraw to... Good chance I might take it 1 straight, but... With it being about a half-size pot, I think he can have a little bit more incentive to maybe tag along for 1 straight. But Adams has got a stranglehold on this. We roll on off here to the turn, $980 in the middle of this bad boy, and boom! Ace-high flush here for Adams. Ace-high flush now, and just has to avoid a board pair, and he's got this bad boy locked up. Check none over here to Adams, so we'll be going for some value. Makes it about a 1/3 size pot. And this is probably where On decides he's had enough. I think by this point, if you get a board pair on the river, it becomes pretty transparent what you have, that it makes it very Hey, there's me getting a hug from Fireman Scott 30 minutes in the past. Get a good old-fashioned bro hug. All right, so On lets this one go, and you can see he's sitting pretty deep there. There's a very big pile of $25 greens up with the $100 blocks, and I assume that is a pink 500 right behind the head of our massage therapist. Scott looking fly here tonight. I know I couldn't possibly do it with the chest exposed. Not really my style. See, Fireman Scott's been getting way into golf lately. I don't know who got him addicted to it, but damn them, because you get addicted to golf, man. That's a different animal. A new layer of frustration to add to life sometimes, all kidding aside, is... Trey here with the old ace 10 6-5 double suited. When actually folding the suited ace. Scott out of the straddle. He's going to call 55 more with Jack 10 4 deuce double suited. His clubs are crushed, but by the hand distribution, he's actually got the best chance to potentially win this one. So we are going to get a straight draw here for Tyler Dunnymucks, a bottom 2 pair here for Fireman Scott. And Trey fires a bet here for 100. Yeah, Scott always has said that he has taken more pride in understanding how to play some of the not-so-premium hands in spots that can be very marginal. And Jacks and deuces are going to hold up here for a $440 pot. Trey really didn't. He wound up pairing up his fives, but I think an understandable spot from Trey's perspective is you can get a ton of hands to fold out there, just even with a simple continuation bet. But no avail in that spot. As All right, here we go. Ace, Queen, Jack, 9. As Tom the Bomb limping here for $10. We are going to get a raise here for Trey up to 50. I imagine there's something pretty underneath that. Going to continue on here in Live of the Palms. Is Trey's hand is Ace, Queen, 9, Triz. Okay. Oh, wait, that's Tyler's hand. I'm a moron. Okay, Trey's hand's actually pretty good. Ace 8, 6, 5 double suited is going to bring out the 9, 6, 5 flop 8. Excuse me, 6s and 5s. Everybody with kind of an equal chance at it, depending on what we bring on our turn card and who decides to tag along. Backdoor hearts and bottom 2. Redraw potentially to a straight with the 8, 6 in hand for Trey. Backdoor spades potentially here for Tyler. Yeah, let's roll it on here to the turn. It's a 6 ball, and that is a straight here for Trey. May fear 10-8 in this spot, but with his ace-high hearts, he can bet pretty confidently in this spot that even if his opponent raises him, he's almost never going to be dead. Quick bet and fold. Tyler's hand does not improve, and is going to have to step aside. So, nice $1,000 pot here for Trey. So, I believe next week we are going to have 5-10 on Monday. I think we might have Ladies' Night next Tuesday. Let me double check my... Oh, wait, that's not going to be for, I think, a couple of weeks. So, we will do 5-10 on Monday, 2-5 PLO on Wednesday. Free roll happening here on Thursday night. And, yeah, Saturday to be determined, but we may have something open to run a game that night. All right, here we are. There's a limp pot. Going to come out Ace, Queen, 5 is, by the initial looks of it, nobody's really smacked into this one at all, so really Adams has probably made the best hand of this punch top pair, and really no draws for anybody else. So a simple bet and fold is... We continue live at the Palms. Your boy Mikey back here in the saddle. Got producer Sonny in the house. Action tracker Q. Some improvements being made on the technical side of things to, allow us to be able to run all this data that runs through this table. There's a lot of information being put out there when you're scanning RFID cards and putting it in through a computer. And I think we were running into so many issues. There was just so much data running through that we needed to upgrade some things on our end, and appreciate all our fans across Palms Nation hanging with us. Hit the like, click subscribe, and let's carry off into the night here, folks, shall we? I've got a bottle of whiskey in my bag I have not turned to. It's usually my victory celebration on nights like these, so I got to wait a little bit before we can tap into that. Tyler with Kings unsuited. Win is forced to fold out King, Jack, Jack, 9. Tad was our opener here to 75, and Adams not going to fold here. Ace, Queen, 10, 10. Suited Ace, Queen of Hearts. Trey's got kind of an intriguing hand, but he does have to worry about back raises, and Tad, could opt to 4-bet if he has aces in his hands. Very unlikely, obviously, given the number, the hands that we've seen out of this bunch. So let's see, KJ, give us our flop. All right, 8-7-6-6. Straight draw here for Tad, and Tyler's still here with the overpair on the rainbow board. Adam's electing to go blast into this here out of position first to act, and it's a dangerous spot, but sometimes you get your ace queen jacks or, you know, your ace king tens, or, you know, those kind of hands that brick this flop just tend to take the path of least resistance. But we see Tad's got a hand he absolutely can call with. Tyler, though, may feel a little bit more of the sting of this. Here we go, is a queen on the turn, so Adams, who made Tyler fold out his kings, is now going to have a little bit more confidence to make this bet, of at least feeling like he's not going to be drawn dead, unless he's up against a set, which I don't think he's been given the indication that's the case, so... All right, we're going to get a 6 on the end. Tad has made a 9 high straight with the 8-7 in hand. Is going to pull in a $4,300 pot. As Adam's trying to get kind of funky here out of the small blind. And, you know, against some hand ranges, that may have actually been able to be more effective. But Tad had opened to 75 with this hand. Really got a good flop for the type of hand that he had. And he is going to make the nuts. Next hand here, and live at the Palms, capital of Pot Limit Omaha here in Austin, where the best action is, best service, best environment. Really the best staff. Some okay commentators here. I think I'm an okay guy. But we all have our part in this, don't we? All right, 5-5 here with a $20 straddle. Gonna go... here to a limp, here to Tyler as Fireman Scott stepping away. We gave him the nickname Skyerman Fought at one point because I had got my tongue twisted and I had said it backwards. And then that nickname just kind of stuck. But he's not there. Okay. All right, Tad is going to check his option out of the straddle. Let's do this. Ace, Queen, 6-4 is... well, looks like top pair here for Tyler with a jack in the hand and a straight draw. Not anything you really feel like betting, but now is going to make a jack high straight as the 10 ball turns. I was hoping I have a voice by the time we get to the end of this. Tyler here with a bet is going to take it down. Action winding down here for the evening. Or else just beginning, based on whatever your perspective is. Let's go. We've got Tyler here with a raise up here to 35. And anybody with a hand? Feel kind of like that Curb Your Enthusiasm music. Okay. Let's go 4 different directions here on the 10-9 7 flop. Is going to be... Boy, this is a confusing... Tyler technically has the best hand of this with jacks as the overpair. And I guess he's blocking jack 8 that he can feel pretty comfortable trying to bet on because it's just so much less likely that somebody's going to have a 8-jack in hand and folds out any of the draws that were not exactly anything to write home about. So got still 2 other tables going here at the evening hours of Palm Social Friday nights. All right for PLO. See that game happening right there in the background as well. So we've got the $40 double straddle being put out, and we will get just about, we'll be back here to Tyler with the option to call 20 more. Ani is going to check his option with Jack 8, 9, 5. Probably no other reason to build this pot up out of position, but relatively playable hand is going to flop on a gutter ball. And looking at the hands. Who's got a winner? Who's got a winner here is 2 pair here for Tom the Bomb. Top and bottom 2 pair. Checked all the way around. Let's do this. What do we got? We got a 5 and 8s and 5s here for on. The turn card actually giving Tom the Bomb a straight draw with a 7-6 in hand with 2 pairs. So Tad betting aces and 5s. Tom, going to make the call. Let's go heads up to the river. All right, it is going to be a 9er. Tom the Bomb has made a straight. Would be losing to 10-jack, but can get some potential thin value here. Tad's not going to fall for it, though. We'll make the fold. The action continues here live at the Palms. And thank you for joining us. Hit like, click, subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram at Palms Social 512. Give us a little bit of love, if you please, if you may. If you're checking us out here on the archive, you can feel free to leave us a comment. Straddle's driving the action here as it looks like Tyler has opted for the raise. Looks like up to 120 with ace, queen, jack, 3 with the ace, jack of clubs. Looks like we're going to get a little more money. Got floor man Jeremy coming on over here for the reload, and when opting to put in a 3-bet, slightly min-raise back with 10-9, 8-6. Yogi's got a very similar hand, a 9-8, 8-6. So Tyler and Tom the Bomb could find themselves here in a better spot to potentially have a little bit more. Oh, okay, Tom the Bomb's got ace, king, king, 10. So 7-4-4, which will not give anybody trips. King's still the best of it. Gutter ball to a 5 for both Yogi and Win. Not much else happening for anybody else. All right, 8-ball turns is going to bring out a deuce here on the river. So actually 8's full for Yogi. Yogi checks too. Trying to get anybody to try to blast off on this, and he's going to see nope, nobody but bid on it. Nobody bid on this at all, so I think maybe Fireman Scott, take a little breather here from the table. We may get ourselves, I think Adams was the one that was in that seat, so we could get him back here to carry on the action. There we go. We've got Tyler with ace 10, 10, 6. The raise up here to 40. On is not going anywhere. He's got ace, king, queen, 8 with the suited ace 8 of clubs. He's going to 3-bet town up to 130. Tyler is going to make the call here for about 90 more. We are going to get ourselves a heads-up PLO pot. Tyler actually opted to put in the 4-bet up to 340, so is going to come out King Jack 6. So gutter ball for Tyler, pair and a straight draw for win. He could opt for a little bit of pot control. He does hold a queen of hearts in hand. Not sure if this card removal will do much in his thinking process, but at least can sit there and feel like, okay, well, I'm not being drawn out to... There's at least a combo of hearts I can take out of the equation. Redraw to a straight if he gets called, and Tyler wants no part of it. Tough for him out of position to want to be able to draw to that hand and not really much to go with. Back in just one moment here, folks. All right, we got Tom the Bomber here with aces, setting the trap. Or else, missed the action here, it looks like, on this is... Win has got Queen, Queen, 10, 3, ace, ace, 4, 4. And we'll come out an ace high flush draw here for Tom the Bomb. Over pair for win. Queen high spades with top pair here for... Actually, check that. Jackson 6s. 2 pair, but really no hope of improving, it looks like, because there's got to be something I'm missing here in this hand element. Not very often you can have the player that has actually the best hand be drawing to the smallest percentage of it. So Tyler must have some kind of monster buried underneath. Tom's going to make the call with ace-high spades, and Tad will call 300 more. Only has 2 flush draws that would be drawing higher against them, but I imagine he is not going to be going anywhere now. Queens and jacks, and I don't get this. It says Tad's drawing dead, but he's got top 2. Tyler... So 3 pair for Tad. Okay, it's Tyler's hand that apparently he must have a set. The old setty begetty. To be leading by this much. My best guess would probably be a set of jacks. It's probably the only way that Tad could be at this such a low percentage. So we've built up a pot here up to 3.3K. Tyler all in for his last 640. Trying to fade a spade. He's going to be a 4 on the end. So Tom the Bomb does make a 4, but I believe Tyler has got top set here at Jocks, so that's what it appears. Tom the Bomb had River a smaller set, but I can't necessarily read Tyler's cards, but the pot has been awarded to him according to the action tracker, which has not necessarily... Okay, Jack, Jack, 10 deuce. That all of a sudden starts to make a lot more sense now. Big win here for Tyler. Only like the hour I've been back here behind the mic, he's had a roller coaster of chips up and down and all around, and not trying to go back up on the upswing. So I had to pour myself a little bit of a taste of victory, a little bit of a smooth taste of Woodford Reserve, a staple of every post-game celebration of this past year, and down here with the open to 40. Is Yogi going to be in there with 8-8-7-4? Suited 8-7 of hearts, and Mr. Scott Delaney, Fireman Scott, with a Queen 8-4, suited Queen 8 of diamonds. Adams out of the straddle. I mean, it's going to be a pretty cheap price to once it gets back to him, but $30. Okay. All right, we got about 30 more minutes to show before we sign off here on Live at the Palms. Make sure to hit the like and click subscribe. Is going to come out King 9 as Trip King's here for Adams. Trip King's with an ace is well ahead of everybody else. The only thing having with some life is some spade draws. Tyler's got 3 spades in hand, though, and a paired board. So I don't know how incentivized he's going to be able to feel to want to continue on this, and I do not think he will. All right, let's carry on here live at the Palms. Our final half hour here on Fireman Scott PLO night. All right, up to 20 likes. That's not bad. None of those are mine even. Oh, I take that back. One of them is mine. So, okay. Full disclosure. Down up here with the raise, ace, king, queen, 4, the ace, 4 of hearts. Tyler with a workable 8, 7, 5, 3 double suited. Can find some hope with that on some days. Going to come out to all spades, 10, 6, 5. Top set here for Adams, and not much going on for anybody else. Like, Tyler, I guess, could continue, but he's never going to draw to a straight on this kind of particular board, so. So we will get our next hand here, folks. Cheers to all you degenerates, poker fans, people that know me, people that hate me, people that are indifferent, people that, just like poker. And they don't need to, they don't need any of the bull crap, all right? All kidding aside, needling here is... Join us next Monday for 510 No Limit. Knock on wood, it seems like our tech stuff is sorted out. So a couple of equipment that we were able to get to upgrade. Still always going to be stuff that we're working on to try to get better, but at least I think we have put the dark ages behind us and are stepping in the right direction. Win here with the Jack 10, 8, 7. Yogi here, Queen, 8, 5. Trey, Ace, King, Queen, 4. Tab with a junky hand, and he did fold, so. Yogi, Queens, double suited. Don't anticipate he's going to fold, so. Let's get ourselves a flop. It's going to come out Jack, Jack 10. Boat here for win. Yogi's only hope is hitting a queen, and there's only one of them left. I guess the board can run out 10-10, right? I think that, No, actually, that wouldn't make sense either. Sometimes that don't make sense, but it's like, here we go. Yogi going to make the call. 9 would be bad for him because it would make a straight, and that's exactly what's happened, but... Checked over here to on, and he's going to go ahead and bet 700. Quick and easy fold here for our boy Yogi. You can check us out, the Tempest Portal app. If you want to get on the list for any of our games or find out what games are being spread here at the moment. Some shorthanded action here in 2-5 and 1-3 currently. Along with our 5-5 PLO night. All right, King Jack 10-7, double suited here for win. Adams with King King 8-8. The more multi-way, the more divided will be amongst these percentages, but on in the worst kind of hand that it could be up against, two of those 8s generally can be used in a straight draw, so he's going to have to hit very specific kind of board here against Adams. So we'll go head up. Is bump. That is a very specific flop for the kind of hand Win needs, but it is. Bottom set for Adams. Flush draw, straight draw, the whole works here for on SETI versus this, the King Jack. Playing here for the Broadway draw, needs a 9 or ace or diamond or some kind of runner boat. So here we go, all in. He's going to turn a jack. And a 5 of diamonds on this first run out. King 10 of diamonds, good. And, I certainly can't believe on for calling there. Like, you've got King Jack 10 in hand. I mean, you're only really nervous up against a set and you still have a ton of outs to try to get there in the end. And $4,000 pot going to be shipped on over here to on. So that is the flow of the game sometimes, folks. Even with a big hand, it can't feel too comfortable because there's always tons of shit you're trying to dodge. And if you can dodge a bullet, you can dodge a river. Or what was it? Dodgeball, you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a river. I'm not sure. Okay. Does. I think Fireman Scott's got the high hand of the hour. Apparently, when I last was walking on in, I saw his name here on the whiteboard. Quite a ton of chips there for on the left of your screen. Fireman Scott going back here to the drawing board, but I imagine these gentlemen are going to be playing here for a while, even after this stream is done. Well, Trey's going to play. He's probably getting bored here for after a while. 8-4-3-3, and Yoki here with a queen 10-4. We'll get on over here to Tyler. There we go. 10-3-8 is straight draw here for win. Bottom set for Trey. Bottom set here now for Trey, but it's going to proceed with a little bit of caution. Can have a spade draw as a bit of a backup, and checking all the way through will give him the comfort of betting now 150 here on this turn card. So set flush draw. And judging by everything around the table, he may just be able to get this one through. So Trey able to make a bet with bottom set and able to draw folds all the way around the table. In about, I think, 20 more minutes to go here in our program with Pot Limit Omaha. Fixture here at Palm Social. Got free rolls running now on Thursday. $1,500 added to the prize pool this past week with a good turnout. So we'll do it again. Come play some No Limit Hold'em free rolls here at Palm Social. $20 administration fee, $20 rebuys and add-ons. You'll get your first stack free, obviously. Tyler here with Kings to raise it up to 100. Yogi gonna speculate here with Jack 7 deuce. Check there on this board, which will bring out an ace, which I imagine will induce potentially another check unless Yogi's got something to say about it. Yogi's going to make the bet, and that will make Tyler step out. All right, next hand here, ladies and gents. Trey here with the open now with ace 10, 7, 4. All right, we got the Jack 5-4 board. There's just, I guess, top pair for Tyler with a wheel draw, some backdoor clubs potentially. 9 ball's not going to make any improvement. We'll give Fireman Scott a straight draw. No heart draws for any player on the table. That'll be a winner there for Tyler as well. So, thank you again to Matt and Toasty Tony for being out here for commentary, just to hold down the fort. Just doing some volleyball play-by-play broadcasting here. One of the best matches I've seen all. I was afraid I was going to lose my voice. A little bit of Woodford here to help a little throat recovery. But obviously 2 different speeds. Going bang, 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 and then hustle here from Lake Travis for about a half hour to get back here into the saddle. So kind of a fun thrill. It's not very often you go from one pan into the other. So I know most of our audience sits there and goes, dude, I don't care. I don't care. But deal with it, I guess. No, that kid. That is the perils of being a professional. Sometimes you just got to do it. You got to fight through it. All right, Todd here with a raise up with the Ace Jack 5-4 with the Ace 5 of Spadatos. And Win is feeling spicy here with King Queen 8-3, suited King Nut 3 of Diamonds. All right, here we are. Ace Queen 9 is going to be what the heck? I guess a pair of aces for Tad. No real redraws or anything else to go to. Tom the Bomb turns queens and sixes. But no real action here on this board. Or much betting to be had. Here we are, and off to the river, Tom the Bomb with queens and sixes. Tad is going to get the counterfeit luck here. Aces and nines with a jack is going to river Tom the Bomb's hand, and he will try to use this to his advantage. And Tad is going to make the river bet call here with just aces up, and kind of excited, I think, just to realize, like, oh, okay, that was actually a good call for a small bet. I don't mind Tom's strategy there. I think sometimes maybe he could have maybe made a bigger bet that would have applied more pressure, that would have represented something like, nines full of queens or something along those lines. But, Tad at that point can perceive a lot of the wrap draws missed, your king jack tens and the like. Would also maybe potentially play that line. So tab with a $100 river decision. All right, hit us up here in the chat before we go. Got a good solid, I think, 10 more minutes left of the program. Raise up here to 75. Scott here, my boy Scott, going to make the call. Is Win here with Queen Jack Deuce. Queen Jack 10 Deuce, excuse me. Trey had open here with Ace King 9 with Ace King of Diamonds. Little 9 hanger, but you can still work it in if you need be. Scott's got a reasonable hand, 7-7-6-4. But some shared cards amongst the bunch. Tyler, a similar hand as his. So, all right, Cray J. We're waiting for the action tracker, and we're going to get four-way action here on this board. All right, so we had sometimes when you've got to account for all the hands, if you miss somebody that was in the action, you got to go back through and, like, re-implemented them as part of the field here. Going to come out King, Queen, Deuce. Wynn's hand was actually scanned, but we do not know what it is currently. So Trey again with ace, ace, king, 9 is going to bet his hand 325. I could not remember what exactly Yogi had, but my assumption would be Jack 10 if I recall correctly. Okay, that was the thing. We didn't load Yogi's hand, I think, previously, so that's... I would probably bet more likely he's got an ace jack 10 type of hand, and I'm going to make the call. We will go 3 different directions off to our turn card. And a deuce turn, so okay, maybe one had like queen something. I think he had like queens with some other raggedy combo with. Back over here to Trey. Trey had put down a, what looks like a pot-sized bet. Those are 2 pinks. That's a bet of 1,000. Either that or Wynn made the bet and Trey called 1K, and Yogi is going to do the same. Well, now things are starting to get a little glitchy on us. That's no fair. Criminy. So back here to Win, because it was Trey the one that made the bet, and so we've got a little bit of a hold up here. So that is our current mystery at this point. Is all hands not loading? So maybe Wynn had like some kind of queen deuce junkie type of hand, because decision still on. All right, so we've made it to our 6 of spades river. Trey's got under 1,000 left by our metrics. So it is going to be revealed. Full house here for Wynn. Yeah, and I think we will push the pot over here to win, and that might be where we round off here at this point, because... Okay, so we had Queen, Jack, 10 deuce. Okay, that would make a lot more sense as far as why he may have been in the tank for some moments. And that appears to be... This might be a wrap. Yep, we are taking out the RFID deck. These fellas will keep on playing after this, so there's going to be a wrap on Live at the Palms. Special Friday night edition with our good friend Fireman Scott. Check out his vlog and Instagram, the link in the description. That's going to wrap up our show, folks. I'm Mike Youngblood. Special thank you again to Toasty Tony and Mr. Myers, Matthew, coming on in here to start this show off, and the late reliever to come back out and close it. So join us here on Monday for 510 No Limit. Should be a fantastic game, and we look forward to seeing you here. I'm Mike Youngblood saying so long, everybody. Come play poker at Palm Social. Good night.